and welcome to episode 55 of
The Eldritch Podblast.
I am Margaret.
I am Jack.
And hello. Did you hear my voice
No.
crack?
Did it crack?
I was like, hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Welcome
everyone.
back.
Welcome back. Oh, welcome.
Oh, welcome.
That's up to you.
That is entirely up to you.
That depends on you, really.
Yeah. We have nothing to do with that.
That has nothing to do with us.
So, how are you doing?
How are you doing?
Well, welcome to the
Back.
How have you been? I know you cleared up the eye infection, and I heard it spread to your nails, and I'm sorry to hear.
Nails, and they've all fallen off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Something about
dear.
it being in the bloodstream,
Uh-oh.
but you know.
Well, that sounds dangerous.
Yeah, such is life, you know. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear you. All right.
I'm glad to hear you're okay.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good. I'm okay. I'm in a stupid mood now.
Okay.
I'm in a silly, stupid mood.
Great.
I'm in just a silly, goofy mood.
That bodes well.
Boots.
That bodes well. It bodes well.
Yeah. You know what? Normally we're a bit weird in the second episode that we film on the day, but this is the first one. I feel like I haven't had much fun today.
We did record yesterday.
We did record yesterday.
So
We're recording
maybe-
again today.
Maybe we're getting second episode vibes now because
No, that's not good for
So
you.
what happens in the next one? We record the
Oh
third
my
one.
god. It's like
Third episode vibes.
Have you seen the Russian sleep experiment? It's like that.
Oh yeah,
We're just eating each other.
eating the dog.
Yeah, that's it. No, the dog's eating us.
Dog's eating us.
Yeah.
Just
that's
live on camera. Well, not live.
Live from
But we'll
New
make
York.
sure to edit it and post it.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Have we just done this?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's really much to update you on, to be
Well,
honest.
not live because we only updated.
We only updated you technically last Thursday for you now.
Weirdly, we recorded a Thursday's episode on Sunday.
Yeah, we thought we were like ahead with an episode, right? Turns out we were behind with an episode, so
Yeah.
we had to catch up. How that happened, I don't know.
But it's because we film them in the past.
Yeah, yeah, we do.
And we always are like, do we have an extra? Do we not? Do we?
Yeah.
Do we need? When do we? It's, man, recording like a week in advance gets so complicated.
It does
with
get
what
complicated.
What we need to announce one
yeah,
day.
it does.
And not
it
the
does.
next
It
day.
does. It does. And I don't have any grasp on time ever.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for back in the day D&D
Yeah.
was my only anchoring day, and now podcast is the anchor, and even then I still don't know.
Yeah, because sometimes it changes.
Yeah.
Sometimes D&D changes, so you just don't know,
I know.
what day of the week it is.
I'm just discombobulated
It is Monday,
today.
isn't it?
Is it? No, it's Tuesday today.
It's Tuesday.
It's
today.
Monday for you. Sorry,
Tuesday
it's
today.
Monday for you.
I thought it was Monday today. I
No,
thought it was Sunday yesterday.
Tuesday today. Yeah. See, all discombobulated.
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
And I think we've played D&D on Wednesday, didn't we? As normal? No, we didn't.
No,
we played it on
didn't play on
Friday. See,
Friday.
that's the
So we're
problem.
playing tomorrow.
That's the problem. Yeah, we're playing D&D
Playing
tomorrow.
So we've had a really short time between the two games.
Yeah, we have, which is fine. Good for
Which is
me.
fine. Good
I'm
for you.
glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't been doing anything. We've been trying to get our stuff in order. We have quite a few gigs like towards the back end of the year, and also in the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
So we're kind of trying to get everything sorted for that.
Yeah.
Because logistically, the dog is a nightmare.
Yeah, so we have to get him. Well, most of the time he's okay. If it's just for the night, like if we drive to like Newcastle or Leeds, that's okay. But if we have to go any further than that, that's when you need to get him looked after.
Yeah, Matthew plays like with us for D&D. He very graciously looks after him. His
Yeah.
uncle, Uncle Matthew looks
and
after
he
him.
kills Matthew's tulips.
I don't want to talk about it. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. That man.
That man loves
I don't know how
plants.
that man allows this dog into his home.
Because he just goes in the garden and just runs all over his plants.
And absolutely
and
ruins
kills them all.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything we've done, but we haven't really. Once again, you will notice a trend when I get hyperfixated with something. We're still playing Valorant.
Yeah.
Still playing Valorant.
The friendship group has voiced their want to potentially go back to World of Warcraft at some point.
Yes.
So I think that might be That might be on the
That's
cards
going to be
soon.
like probably the next type of fixation.
That'll be the next type of fixation when we're all back into World of Warcraft.
Yeah. There is also a new game coming out. It's like a survival game called Enshrouded.
Yeah, I think that's still a while away. Though,
yeah,
isn't it?
I think that's supposed to be fall of this year.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of time.
A little bit of time.
Yeah, it's going to be funny looking back to track my hyperfixations, I think, because, boy, I can't do more than one thing at a time.
No. It has to be one thing and
one
done
thing
to its,
and one thing only.
Like, done to
death until
excess.
I hate it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I you could say that D&D is like my overarching hyperfixation.
Yeah.
Like, but because D&D is different, isn't it? Because it's like
you only get to do it once a week.
Yeah, and you sit and like around it. You know, we personally sit around a table like face to face with friends, so it feels like a bit different. But yeah, that's
life.
That's life. That's all we've been up to.
That do be life.
And that do be lifing though.
That do be what life be doing.
I can't think of a single other thing. We haven't watched anything.
No.
We haven't gone anywhere.
No.
So that's your lot.
We are thinking about going. We are definitely, we think, going to con.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Comic-Con
and
in
we
October.
mentioned it last episode.
Yeah, we mentioned it last episode.
So
Thursday's
if anyone's going to con, London Con.
Yeah, MCM Comic-Con.
It'd be sick to meet.
October 28th.
That'd be cool.
I think we're only going to go on the Sunday maybe to get the Critical Role panel and hopefully get some photos and stuff. So yeah, if anyone's kicking around,
we'll
say hi.
We'll say hello.
Yeah,
hello.
That's a little while away though, but yeah, just a heads up.
Yeah, well, it's not even that far away. It's only October.
Yeah, it is. What are we in now? July. God, it really isn't that far away.
We're over halfway through. Well, when this comes out.
Yeah, when this comes out, it's going to be 24th of July.
The 20 is this Monday's episode.
Yeah,
24th of July.
Yeah. So
it's going to be in August, and then it's going to be September, and then it's going to be October, and then it's going to be my birthday.
Yay!
Then it'll be Margaret's birthday.
Then it'll be the Lord's birthday.
It'll be our Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Who we follow.
Yes.
To a T on this channel.
I love the big JC.
I love Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I have a sticker on the back of my car for Big JC. Big up JC. Yep.
Love
that dude.
Love God. Love Jesus.
What a guy.
Christianity's the best.
The best. Wow. I'm so Christian.
Wow. Love it so much. Fucking live for it. Oh. If you can't tell, that's a joke.
Yeah, it truly is. And that's it. Should we just get into topic?
Well, we got stuff to talk about first.
We do.
We got loads of stuff to talk about.
We actually do. Well, yes.
So much to talk about.
We do.
God, so much. Oh my God.
So much.
Are you ready?
Oh, I don't think you're ready. And watch us talk about nothing.
We'll just talk about Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Our Lord and Savior.
Turns out we're
Let me read you a Bible verse.
We're like what's the word for it? Like a idiot. I'm sorry. No. I can't. It's like evangelical Christians.
Yes.
And this is us trying to convert you. Yeah, that's all that's what it is. We like pulled down the screen and this is all a green screen and you're on live TV and Jesus Christ himself is watching.
And I start to try and sell you some jewelry.
And then we beatbox and then we all go to heaven.
And then we all go to heaven.
Yeah, we have a few things to go through. So
I'm telling you right now, not a single person in this community is going to heaven. And I'm fucking glad.
We are swimming in the pits of hell together, baby. Yeah, we are.
That's what you gotta be. That's what you gotta be.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get away from Christianity before I say something I regret.
Yeah. So, the first thing is we're only rolling the new theme for the Homebrew Challenge today.
We aren't rolling that. We already know what it is.
We already know the theme. I lied. We have the theme for the new Homebrew Challenge. Thank you so much to everyone who voted on Discord, everyone who voted on YouTube. We really appreciate it. And, we want to be doing things that you guys are interested in.
Yeah, so you picked this one.
This
is the theme that you picked.
I think we had 5 contenders.
Yeah.
We had Corrupted.
Yeah.
We had Seasons.
Yeah.
Fae. Prophecy.
And Sun.
Yeah. What do you think won? Go on, what do you think won?
What do you think won?
It was Corrupted!
You edgelords.
Of course.
It's always Warlocks. It's always Corrupted.
Yeah.
You're just so edgy.
Yeah.
You're so edgy.
You know what? Of course it was Corrupted. I think that's a really, really cool. I nearly swore.
You've got 30 seconds left before you're allowed to swear according to YouTube.
I think Corrupted is a really cool theme because obviously there's so many things you can do with it. Yeah. There's so many ways to spin Corrupted.
Yeah, Corrupted. Like something that was once holy but now not.
Maybe not even necessarily holy. Just
something that was once good.
Yes.
In people's eyes.
Yeah. Or it could be the other way, depending on what side of the fence you sit on.
It could be something that was evil that has now been corrupted by the light.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Something that's just been corrupted.
Yeah. Simple. Yeah. So thank you so much for all voting. Corrupted won by a landslide. I've got to be honest with you.
It was close.
At least on Discord, it won by a landslide. But when you put the two together, to be fair, Faye was actually very close.
Yeah.
So I think probably for the next Homebrew challenge, Faye is probably going to be the next theme.
We'll stick another one in there as well.
Yeah, we'll stick another one in.
And then you can vote again.
Yeah.
Fight to the death.
Fight to the death, baby.
Fight to the Homebrew.
Yeah. So, how this works is, we're changing it a little bit. It used to be, per theme, there would be 4 challenges. We've cut it down to 3 challenges.
I think, which is good.
Yeah, because the way we have to film them, the 4 challenges spanned over 8 weeks, 2 months, which was quite a long time.
Yeah.
And we want to, going into things like
Spooky season. Spooky season.
We want to be able to do like spooky themes.
We want to be doing spookies.
And going into winter, we want to be able to do winter themes. So it works better having 3. So it's now going to be 3 challenges per theme, and it's going to span 6 weeks instead of the 8.
Yeah.
It's going to work exactly the same as it always has, though.
Yeah.
We're going to announce the new challenge every Monday. It's going to stay open for 1 week, closes the next Monday, and then the next Thursday.
We pick the winner. We announce it on the podcast.
Announce it on the podcast.
And we have crossed out the 4 that we picked last time.
Yes.
So we don't get them again. So, we can try different things.
Yeah. I'll put up the graphic here, and I'll...
Sure you will.
Sure I will.
Sure you will, Margaret.
Right, editing Margaret. I will cross out on the graphic as well exactly what ones that we're not going to roll for this time.
Yeah.
How it works is it's a simple D20 roll. We have all sorts of different things on here, and whatever we roll is the next challenge, and so on and so forth.
Easy peasy.
Shall we roll against each other to see who gets to
squeezy? Yeah.
See who rolls for it?
Let's do it.
Right, okay. I'm gonna use...
I want Gummy Shark.
You want Gummy Shark? I'll just use my big rail one.
No, use that one.
Okay, alright, fine. I'll
use this one for the challenge.
Oh, okay, yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Is it whoever gets highest?
Whoever gets highest gets to roll the first challenge.
Alright, okay.
Oh, didn't tell me. Hey, I win!
Bum. You won last time as well. I got an 8 and he got a 13.
Put it down.
Put it down on the 20.
No, so the 20 faces the viewers.
Oh, of course. Well, you can have that.
Okay, so I can't have a 1, a 3.
Yeah, so this challenge, you will not have 1, which is simple melee weapon, 3, which is simple ranged weapon, 7, which is ring, and 20, which is world primer.
Okay.
Go on, what are you most excited for? What are you hoping to get?
Show me.
Oh. Also, everyone.
Yeah, but I want to see as well.
Yeah, what do you
want? I want a monster.
A corrupted monster.
I want a corrupted monster.
I think I say it every single time. I would like a corrupted NPC or like a corrupted spell, maybe. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Go on, kiss it.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Kiss it.
Good.
Very good.
Like Dora the Explorer. He's behind you.
Oh, right. Okay. No, I've never seen it.
You've never seen Dora the Explorer?
No.
13. It's a character, baby.
It's a character. Wow. Okay. God, I have such a good idea for a corrupted character.
Yeah.
That I've been waiting to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to say it out loud, or you want to keep it until we start doing character creation videos?
Oh God, I should probably keep it.
Yeah, keep it. See, there's something to look forward to. So it's a character. Now, at time of recording, we don't know exactly what the format is going to be for submitting them. Everything is submitted through our Discord. I'll put a QR code up on the screen in case you don't want in case you don't want to click the link in the description. But the only hard limit we will set to this is it has to fit in a Discord message length.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's quite a lot of submissions a lot of the time.
Please do not send multiple Discord messages.
Yeah, just send the one.
Send one.
Keep it funky and fresh and succinct and keep it to the one.
We'll put up things like they can have. I would say just do the backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to build like the world around.
No.
Just the backstory.
Just the backstory.
How they're corrupted, why they're corrupted, what the corruption's doing.
If you want to put like what class and race they are, etc., that would be great as well. Just like the super basic stuff. Again, there's no really hard rules on this. By the time you see this, we will have guidelines up in the challenge resources.
In the challenge forum in the Discord?
Yeah. But if you have any questions, if you're unsure, just message in the challenge discussion thread, because we see it, mods see it, and we can answer your question. So the only hard rule we say genuinely is just keep it to one message length.
Yeah, so we can read them all fairly.
Yeah. So that's exciting.
Character.
A corrupted character. I'll cross this out.
Man, that's exciting.
That's so exciting. So you have exactly 1 week from today. Entries close Monday the 31st of July.
Correct.
And then the winner is going to be announced on Thursday the 10th of August on the podcast.
Amazing. A corrupted character.
We pick 2 runners-up and 1 winner. So
we say that.
We say that.
If there's too many good ones, we might pick more.
We might pick more. Maybe that's foreshadowing.
But we'll always only pick 1 winner.
Yes, exactly. We'll only pick
and that
1
winner
winner
will get entered into the Hall of Fame.
For Corrupted, baby. Yeah. That's so exciting. I'm so excited to see what you come up with. That's going to be amazing.
Well done, you.
Well done to
the winner.
And and thank you so much to everyone who enters. So many of you take part in this.
Yeah.
And so many, we say it every single time, so many of you come up with such amazing, brilliant, individual ideas. And it's wonderful. It really gets the creative juices flowing. I know for me it does, at least.
Yeah.
So that's it. You got till next Monday. Get your corrupted characters in.
That's
exciting.
That's very exciting.
That's
Corrupted's
very
cool,
exciting.
and characters is so exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god. If the thing is, right, everyone can make a character.
Yeah.
Some people shy away from the homebrew items or the world primers because they're not DMs or something like that. For a character.
Yeah. You just have to think of a story of a person, baby.
Like everyone who plays D&D has made a character.
Yeah.
And you can do it.
Again, I think it's very much up into interpretation. Do you want to write the backstory for them? Yeah. Do you want to give them abilities? Do you want to be more mechanical with it?
Do whatever you want.
Completely up to you.
Just surprise me.
Yeah, surprise us.
Surprise me.
Please.
In the word limit on Discord.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the homebrew challenge.
Yes.
I think that really the only other thing to run you through is our campaign update.
Yes, our campaign update.
So... you know what? I'm going to try to keep this succinct. This has been succinct so far, to be honest.
To be fair, not that much happened.
No.
Not that much happened.
Nothing that Jack had planned happened.
Nothing that I had planned happened, which I, as a dungeon master, am totally fine. Like, I plan, and if they go off course, they go off course. There's no... To me, I'm very open and honest with my players. And it's this isn't where I was expecting the session to go. And I'll say that, and I'll be like, but let's go for it. Because they know that sort of like, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. They're flying by the seat of the pants.
We're all just...
So just some crazy shit can happen.
Some crazy shit can happen, and some crazy shit did happen. So who was it? We were in the watch party, and it was last Mondays, and we were going through the session update. And then I think it was Shad Dolls, and they were like, and then like, wow, such good storytelling. You followed the plot so well. Watch next episode be you do a completely irrelevant side quest that has nothing to do with the story. And I was like, well, you're not too far off.
You're not a million
miles off.
You aren't wrong.
You're not wrong.
You're definitely not wrong.
You're definitely not wrong.
Because
so we started this session.
Yes.
If you caught the campaign update last Monday, we ended the campaign. We had the fight with Odiger. Priestess had killed Odiger, the vampire that had originally turned her. He had an amulet on. She failed a charisma save. She puts the amulet on, and we are taken into a scene with Loki, who is the husband to Angerboda, the father of the children of Loki. He's like the missing puzzle piece, right? And we're getting taken out of that, and we're back in the room where we've just killed Odiger.
Yeah.
And there's loads of things going on. Priestess's dad has been stabilized. He's fine. He has had Quell Thirst cast on him because he was a vampire. He's no longer hostile to us.
Yeah.
Her mother, however, still hostile.
Yes.
We end up going through kind of a sequence of events of casting whole person on her, putting her hands in manacles. We needed to get her out because we're currently underground and it's daytime.
TRP doesn't have another fourth level spell to cast Quell Thirst.
To cast Quell Thirst. Yeah. So she's like, we're just going to have to get her out of here somehow. We shove her into a coffin.
Yeah, they shove her into a coffin and then tie
it up.
the
coffin shut.
Yeah.
And we just transport her in a coffin outside.
Out the city.
Out the city.
Yeah.
We we have a magic item that allows us, it was like the ingenuity of giants, and it allows us to build into stone. We can make like a homestead, basically.
Yeah, like a small just living space. Into like stone or ground or earth.
Which we had one set up already in the earth, kind of outside of Gotland, the town we're in. So we go back, we meet up back with my sister and Revna, who were clearing up the outside, the upstairs, the above,
the upside.
And we know in the morning we have to deal with Fenrir.
Mm-hmm.
That's when that's
the plan.
That's the plan. We're going to have a fight with Fenrir.
Yeah.
We're settling down and we're doing some roleplay moments. We normally have, after like a big fight, we have a bit of downtime. We have some roleplay on the evening. You know, that's just how we do it.
How you just do it. How you play.
Having a lovely time, having some lovely roleplay. I want to say in the Odiga fight, we had pretty much all expended everything.
Yeah.
Naturally, especially Priestess, because Odiga was the big bad of her whole story.
Yeah.
So she had nothing left.
Yeah.
No spell slots, nothing. Josh had, to be fair, Josh had
quite a bit left.
Quite a few spells because he ended up having to polymorph himself because he was really low.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any wild shapes. I didn't have any spell slots either, really, because I did some healing, etc., etc. But, you know, wild shapes my main thing. I could get them on back on a short rest. And Matthew doesn't have any form of anything he expends, so he was fine.
The only thing he expends is the uses of his quiver.
Which he had.
Which he still had a few.
So we were all, you know, barring Matthew, really, really spent, basically. Yeah. This is kind of irrelevant, but I decided I wanted to have a conversation with Vinriel, the vampire hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I had asked him a couple of times why he was a vampire hunter, and he had never really let me in. Mm-hmm. And he had said she'd tried the day before, and he had said, like, well, if we survive this, I'll tell you. He meant the overall thing.
Yeah.
We sit down, and Rayla's like, well, you promised me you'd tell me. And he was like, I said after this was done. And she was like, no, you didn't. You didn't specify, so you got to tell me. She rolled a okay persuasion check. Vinny basically ended up kind of telling why he was a vampire hunter and he lost someone special, and Rayla said what was their name, and the name was Marcus, and we lit a candle for Marcus, and it was nice. That was kind of irrelevant to the story, but I just like to talk to NPCs, you know?
Yeah.
That's all. We are about to sleep, and Matthew, we're kind of working out the plan for the next day, right? Because it's a big fight. We're going to have to fight Fenrir. It's a demigod. It's a child of Loki. We're going to have to do it.
Yeah.
Jack is kind of giving us the lowdown. We know that Fenrir is in the middle of the city, right? And that's where we're going to have to go and fight him. Mm-hmm. And we had run out of diamonds for Revivify, so we had to get some more. You had mentioned on the way in, there was a jeweler's that we had been to previously and a magic shop we'd been to previously. So we were all like, great, in the morning, before we go into the Fenrir fight, we're going to really quickly skirt into those shops, grab anything we can, and go into the fight.
Yeah.
Matthew was like, oh, it'd be so much better if we just went tonight. Abby was immediately like, there's no fucking chance I'm going into the town.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, I have nothing left. I'm really hurt. Igneous was on like 7 hit points.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm simply not doing it. That's a terrible idea. We're going to go in the morning.
Yeah.
I was also like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
We should go in the morning. Josh was like, oh, I'm on the fence. I don't know. And Matthew was like, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
We can get them tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of debating. You know what? It was the first time in a long time that the party was split in what we wanted to do.
The decision, yeah.
And I love that. I love, like, have like the players not agreeing.
Yeah.
I think it makes like really dynamic situations. Like, I love it when shit like that happens.
Yeah.
So Matthew was kind of making the argument that, like, Matthew especially, right? He's like a level 10 rogue. He has like expertise and shit. He doesn't have expertise. Yeah, he does have expertise and shit.
He gets expertise super early.
He's like, I can get in there really quietly. Igneous is like, well, I do have some spell slots left. I can like vortex warp us if we need to.
Yeah, I can fly us, I can turn us invisible.
Yeah, we have an amulet where you can actually kind of put someone in. Think like a Pokeball, basically. Yeah. Igneous was like, you can put me in that so I don't fuck up your stealth. And if you need me, I can vortex warp us out of someone.
Yeah.
And Abby's like, I am not going. There's no way I can go. I have nothing. I'm really low hit points.
Yeah.
I was like, I also don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm very much of the opinion that things are going to happen anyway. I was like, if we want to try and make something happen, we can. And I was kind of using that logic for the morning. But I was like, you know what, Matthew? Like, you do what you want to do. I was like, I don't think it's a good idea, and I'm not going to come with you.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it and you think you can, because I think you can as well, you should do it. I was like, don't let us tell you how to play your game.
Yeah.
You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really good rule of thumb to follow.
Yeah, and I said it a multitude of times. I was like, what are we doing? Like, that people do what they want to do. Like, discussion is great and all, but you guys had been discussing for like 45 minutes.
We had been talking about it for a long time because we were so unsure.
So I was just like, are we doing it or not?
Yeah.
Like, I'm more than happy if you want to do it. I'm more than happy if you don't want to do it, but let's attempt to just move it along a little bit.
Yeah. And again, I'm a firm believer. If you want to do something and you think you can, just do it.
Yeah.
So I said that, and Matthew was like, I'm going to do it. Igneous was like, we tried to have a vote, but obviously we were split with the vote.
And also, there's 4 players, so voting
doesn't really work.
So
Matthew and Igneous end up going. There's a whole sequence of things they do to get there, and they get there successfully. As they get there, they see that Fenrir is indeed in the middle of town. And Jack had said, if this goes wrong, you're going to trigger the Fenrir fight.
No, I didn't say that.
But
as he's there,
yeah.
So, if he finds you, what'll happen will happen.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You had alluded to the fact that if Fenrir had seen them, something was going to happen.
Yeah, of course. I'm not just going to let you off scot-free.
No, of course. Yeah, of course not.
But, if you succeed, awesome.
Yeah. So they go in, they manage to go, they get into the jewelry shop. They see that Fenrir is interrogating. We've mentioned Dagmar before. Dagmar is part of an organization called the Odin's Eye. They're they're scholars. They're very intelligent people. And Fenrir is interrogating Odin's Eye members to help rebuild the Bifrost in Scalaness.
Yeah.
And it was really brutal. It was, if you agree, then you get put into a cage and get shipped off to Scalaness. If you don't agree, you get literally skinned alive there and then.
Gutted, yeah.
Yeah. And they had seen this happen. They get in, they get a diamond. Wonderful. Jack, of course, is like, oh, wow, you do notice, if you go into the front, there's actually 2 more diamonds, and there's a crystal ball as well.
They went in the back of the shop, and there was like a wall between the front and the back that you could see through a little bit, and there was an uncut diamond at the back, and then in the front there was like polished diamonds that were probably worth way more, and a crystal ball.
Yeah. And Jack knows, listen, we're the type of group, especially Matthew, who takes the bait every single time.
Every single time.
Every single time.
Every single time.
And Igneous had cast Dispel Magic on the front to make sure if there was any alarms, they were gone. It was dispelled. And then he picked up that the crystal ball had a magical aura.
I said there's something else in the case that you felt the magic of but weren't able to dispel.
So of course they were like, well, we're going to try to take all of them. Of course. I would have been the same, by 100%. The way. I would have... They're there already. I would have done it.
This shop front faces onto the centre of the city.
It faces onto where Fenrir
is.
So they managed to get up behind it, and we have a bag of holding, and Hermeta just tries to swipe them quickly all into the bag. Jack was like, okay.
I said, are you sure you want to do it quickly? Because I will impose disadvantage if you're doing it quickly.
Yeah.
Because anything to do with stealth, you don't move fast. That's the point.
Yes.
So I said, if you're going to make a sleight of hand check and you're going to do it really fast, you make it with disadvantage.
And listen, Matthew has huge, and I mean huge, sleight of hand scores, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's a rogue.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, 100%.
So, we were all very confident that it would be fine. He rolls with disadvantage. He rolls 2 natural ones.
2 natural ones.
He was like, it's fine. I'll use my advantage coin. You can't because you've already rolled with a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I have never seen a man look so upset, so destroyed, so guilty in my life. The emotions that went over this man's face.
Like in that moment, he turned to Josh and he was like, Vortex
Morpheus right now. Vortex. And Josh was like, it's too late.
He's like, it's too late. Sorry,
He's like, dude, it's too late.
Because like as that happened, like the 2 diamonds fell into the bag of holding, and then the crystal ball like bobbled on the edge, and then like fell off onto the floor.
Yeah.
Ting, ting, ting,
Also,
ting,
as this
ting.
happened, Jack cut to us. Jack cut to me and Abby, who were still at base.
Yeah.
So they were left absolutely high and dry, panicking, right? We're just sat around talking. I'm trying to get to know Priestess's dad, and you describe it that Priestess sees on her watch like someone moving through the trees. She alerts everyone. I like run right into the middle, like in front of the camp, and I cast Detect Thoughts. And I can sense that there's like 10 people surrounding us.
Mm-hmm.
So I call my sister, and we're stood there, and Rayla's just like, we know you're there, so show yourselves before we force you to show yourselves. They step out, and it's like people in like dark cloaks. They're under the cover of moonlight. I'm immediately like, oh, it's vampires. And one of them steps forward and says,
He says, where is she?
Where is she? He says, is she here? And Rayla goes, yes, she is. And steps aside and lets Priestess be there. And Rayla's like, if you come in peace, then you're welcome to stay.
Yeah.
But if you come wanting a fight, you are going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, he takes his hood down and he goes, we can't fight our queen. He doesn't do that. And that's when like we realize we're surrounded by like 30, 40 vampires, and they're all looking for Priestess because Priestess obviously killed Odiger. So they have defaulted to Priestess, and there's kind of like some semblance of humanity in them, because they're lost now. I think they're trying to follow Priestess, and Priestess was like, I will help you. I will. But right now, I don't have the time to do so. You need to go right back to underground. She was like, you can feed on the blood that's already there, but you cannot kill anyone else. And if you do kill anyone else, then I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Please be patient.
Yeah.
I will help.
Yeah.
Now go. They listen to her. They leave. They kind of have to fight a moment of like wanting to attack like myself, my sister, all the other druids because they're hungry.
Yeah.
But Priestess is like, no.
Yeah.
This is how it is now. They go. They accept it. Really nice moment, to be honest. I think the gravity of what happened had sunk in. Priestess ends up having a conversation with Vinriel, saying like, look, I realize now that there is so much more to this than I thought. There's a lot more responsibility, so I need you to help me. I'm going to teach you how to quell thirst in the morning with my mother, so please watch and let me teach you. Finreal agrees. Having a really nice moment, just being a little, having fun.
Yeah.
Cut back to these two, absolutely sweating it out in the jewelry shop. And you describe it as a large shadow casts over the shop. Fenrir is a gargantuan wolf. He is, huge, big, large.
Yes.
And he ends up looking in and seeing them. And you describe it to Matthew that he feels like this cold sensation wash over him. And Fenrir says, oh no, I don't want just you two. I want all of you. So go. And turns away, goes back to the center of town. And these two, shitting their pants, naturally, they, as players, we were like, okay, maybe there's some sort of like tracking or something cast on Hermeta, right? Obviously, Hermeta didn't know that.
No.
So in character, they're like, what do we do? Like, do we go back to our friends?
Yeah.
Because there's a chance if we go back to our friends, we could be leading danger to them because Fenrir could be following us.
Yeah.
And if we don't go back to our friends, they're going to come looking for us because they'll want to find us. So there was a really big discussion and they had no idea what to do. And they ended up coming back to us. They had, though, three diamonds now and the crystal ball. Rayla was able to cast Detect Magic on both Hermeta because Igneous had tried to dispel magic on Hermeta, right? He was like, there must be something on you. He failed the check. He didn't roll high enough. Got back to camp. I cast Detect Magic. And Rayla was able to deduct that the same type of magic in the crystal ball, which you can cast scrying with, was a similar school of magic that was cast on Hermeta.
Yeah.
So our characters kind of came to the conclusion that, yes, maybe Fenrir was tracking him in some way. And Hermeta was like, I'm going to go then. I'm going to be by myself in case I bring danger. And Rayla was like, no, imagine if something happens to you and you're by yourself. If something happens, we must all be together. You're staying. And then we all go to sleep. We all have a rest. We think we're having a rest. And I think it's Priestess is on her watch with Vinriel having that conversation. And she sees like a flash of blue in the distance. And she's like, what is that? And as they look, they only get pelted by a massive lightning bolt. And we're launched into combat.
You are, yeah.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Without a long rest.
Without a long rest.
And it's, oh my God, it's only Aegir, who is the leader of the giants, who, when we went to Jotunheim, was leading the revolt of the giants to march onto Midgard to destroy Midgard. And he is here in the flesh trying to kill us. Yeah. And not only that, not only is it a warlord, he has Thor's hammer, he has Mjolnir, and he's bashing us around with it. And we have nothing. Like, we are spent. Igneous had to use all of his, like, the majority of his spell slots and sorcery points on the mission. Matthew's fine. Priestess has no spell slots. I managed to have a short rest, so I got my wild shape slots back, but I didn't have any spells for healing myself or control or anything. So we end up having a big fight, and we're still having the fight. We ended it in the fight. So he was kicking our ass. Let's be completely honest with you. He was absolutely kicking our ass because we're spent and he's a boss. And there was a moment where he was kind of starting to win a little bit. And then Jack described it that we saw, like, coming in from behind us, we saw two fire giants come in and we were like, we're dead. We are so fucking dead. But then not only that, we see a huge giant figure coming through the trees. And you were like, and you know this figure. And we were all like, it's fucking Hrungnir. And it was Hrungnir. To give you a recap, Hrungnir was the giant that Odin had left the spark with to make sure that the giants stayed in Jotunheim so they couldn't come back on Midgard. And Hrungnir was the giant who, when Aegir started to march onto Midgard, he broke the dam to bring the permafrost onto the giants and freeze them for an eternity, basically. So, Hrungnir, Aegir, really bad relationship. Terrible relationship.
Literal mortal enemies.
Mortal enemies. Yeah, nemesis.
Like, both are like leaders of the giants.
Yes.
One who is the leader of the giants, and one who is like the self-anointed leader of the giants.
Yes, indeed.
Who was like, fuck you, Hrungnir, we're not staying here anymore. We're going to go and have our home back.
Yep.
So he bursts through the trees. And
neither one right, neither one wrong, may I add. And Hrungnir is like, Aegir, your problem is with me, not with them. So let me kill you, basically. And the two giants are scrapping. Mechanically, it meant Aegir was out of the fight, and those two were dealing with each other. And we had to deal with the fire giants. Thank God we managed to get through the fire giants. We did lose a moon druid in the fight. We did lose one. And then we ended the fight with Aegir and Hrungnir were kind of getting to the point where Hrungnir was winning. And Aegir saw that we had destroyed the fire giants and he phased. So next session, we're going to have to do the second half of the fight with a phased Aegir. That's the session recap. That's the session recap.
It's not the best situation.
It's a terrible, awful situation.
Like, in Matthew's defense, he didn't know what was going to happen.
No, of course he didn't.
If failure came.
No, of course he didn't.
the saying always goes, and this isn't a slight of Matthew, play stupid games, get stupid prizes.
Get stupid prizes!
Like, it was a risk.
Yeah, it was.
If it came off, you would have been at an advantage.
And it would have been the most amazing heist. We played the Mission Impossible music over the top of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point in playing a game without risk?
Yeah, but
like,
he failed.
He failed.
So
he failed.
There were naturally consequences.
Yeah, but that happens.
And like, you can't be afraid because, this fight, I said to them, this fight was going to happen anyway.
At
some point.
Exactly.
You're just taking it now at a slightly worse time for yourselves.
A much worse time for ourselves. But again, like, I want to make it so clear, I hold no ill will to Matthew
Absolutely
at all.
Not.
If I had wanted to do something, I would have done it regardless of what the risks were myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the best moments are born from making mistakes and fucking up and taking risks and the risks not paying off. Because eventually when we get out of this, hopefully if we do, it will be so worth it. It will feel really good. So I think Matthew did the right thing. He did what he wanted to do,
yeah.
And I respect that.
I'm with me.
I would have done the same.
So yeah, it's a good job I had like the stat blocks ready for.
Yeah. Also, may I add, in last Monday's episode where we did the 6-month anniversary, we had the party hats.
Yeah.
I was sat in the living room when Jack was planning, and he walked out and he went over to the cupboard where the hats were, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna need these for today." And he set out party hats on the table. And at the beginning of the session, he gave us a D2 dice that we have, and he was like, "This is going to be very important later on, so don't forget it." So you had some weird shit planned with party hats and a flip of a coin, and we obviously didn't get to any of that.
Nope.
So
Nope.
hopefully next time.
Yeah, hopefully next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I'm sweating after that, to be honest. Oh, so we'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah.
We might die. Who knows? At least we have diamonds now.
Yeah, at least you got, and Priestess was able to split one of the diamonds.
Yeah,
because she's she got to a point where we have this thing in the game where if somebody wants to achieve something to get really good at something, every night, if you practice it, and you tell me you practice it, I'll ask you to roll a D100. The score that she needed to get to was 1,000.
Yeah.
She's done it for
oh my God, months.
15 sessions.
Months and months and months.
20 sessions or something. Every night she was like, I'm working on this for this person. I'm going to get this. And she'd ask NPCs, do you want anything so I can make you things.
She wasn't just sitting there going, I'm going to do this.
And
she was finding
She was trying to make things for people. And when she got to 1,000, I gave her expertise in the skill. Crafting. And I also gave her the ability to, if they have a diamond,
she can split it.
She can split a 300, because she's so good at refining diamonds.
Yeah.
She can split 300 golds worth of diamonds into 300 golds worth of diamonds because she's so good at it.
Yeah.
So it mechanically gave the party something as well.
Yeah,
so,
100%. So yeah, I think the twist of Hrungnir being there was fucking really cool. I like that.
Good.
I think that was one of my favorite moments. Don't know why. I just love Hrungnir.
I'm
a Hrungnir stan.
Hrungnir is just a good guy who was put in a bit of a bad situation.
Amen.
And he's trying his best to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And even though all of the odds are against him,
he's still trying.
Yeah.
And again, I can't comment if he's doing the right or the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Don't know.
There's not really, yeah. You got to fight on some sides.
You do. You have to.
Because if people are going to fight and everyone's going to die, you might as well fight on one side.
You might as well fight for what you believe in.
You might as well fight for the side that you think is the right one.
That's it. That's the campaign update. How was that? What do you think? I feel like that's just peak D&D.
Yeah, that is peak D&D.
It's peak D&D, and
I'm
I'm very excited to play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Very excited. Very excited.
Yeah.
We'll let you know how it goes next Monday. If we still have a party, who knows?
If we still have a party, we haven't TPK'd.
Yep, well, who knows?
Yeah.
So, I tried to keep that succinct. Didn't succeed.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Yeah, there was a lot to cover, to be
honest.
honest.
Was a few things to cover there.
Yeah.
There was a few things to cover.
So, shall we just get into today's topic
let's get into today's topic.
40 minutes in? So, today's topic, you've seen the title.
Hey.
You know you love it. It's D&D Hot Takes, baby.
D&D Hot Takes.
D&D Hot Takes. Previously unpopular opinions. They're interchangeable.
Yeah.
We have a perfect prop, some would say, for D&D Hot Takes.
We got a new prop. We got a new
prop. One of our mods, Kay, was like, I have thought of a good gift to send you.
Yeah.
Let me send you something. And she did. And she was like, it was off the back of something you said in an episode. Couldn't work it out. She got us gavels, baby.
We've got gavels now.
We've got gavels, baby.
So we
can decree if something is unrestful, restful, putrid, rancid, and pestilent.
But for this one, we're not going to do unpopular, popular 50-50.
I think we need to stick with unrestful and restful, don't we?
Do you think? Because we're not. But the thing is, these are unpopular opinions.
Yeah.
So are we voting like if these are unpopular, or should we just say it's unrestful or restful?
Yeah. Well, okay. How about unrestful means unpopular,
Yeah.
and restful means popular.
Now let's just do unrestful restful. I agree.
Yeah.
Even if they are popular or unpopular, we can just say they're unrestful or restful.
We have written we've written Kay's. I don't think you can see it. Kay's name on the end of the gavel. So when we decrease something, it's like Kay's punching in the face.
Bam.
And if that isn't the most Kay thing, I don't know what is.
Bam.
Thank you, Kay.
Kay.
This was so thoughtful of you. Thank you. We really appreciate it, and it's very funny.
I won't bang it yet. I'll save.
Should we save it for what are you going to bang it on? Just the table?
I guess. Oh, I can bang it on the back of this.
What am I going to bang mine on?
Your head.
Bonk.
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 Badonk.
Bonk. To Horny Jail. Bonk.
Me
jail. Sending loads of pictures. We have a Valorant Not Safe for Work channel, and that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, on to Unpopular
Margaret is the serial poster in there.
Yeah. Bonk. So, shall we just get into it?
Yes.
The first two are submissions. So thank you very much for your submissions.
Ooh.
We don't really get a lot of submitted unpopular opinions, probably for a very obvious reason, right? But if you have any, send them. You can send them anonymously.
I hate the podcast.
You two suck.
Restful.
There we go.
I'd agree.
So, this first one. This is sent in by Anonymous. They didn't leave any pronouns, so we're just going to call them they, them.
All right. Cheers, Anonymous Squad Blaster.
Thank you. Unpopular D&D opinion. Fudging rolls should be the absolute last resort. I've seen a lot of people talking about how DMs can do whatever they want, and while this is technically true, I do think letting the dice decide is very fundamental to D&D. Not just for the players, but for the DM as well. The only situations where I think fudging would be okay is to avoid a TPK, and I would also reserve it for the last possible part of the fight, or to avoid a very bad character death, such as in the first session, or maybe to make it to a final fight to make it feel more impactful. I'm sure there's other niche reasons why, but these are the ones I can think of. As a player, I would hate to feel like there was never any stakes or consequences. If the DM fudges very liberally, they can let their anxieties or prejudice derail the story and rob the group of cool moments. For example, my DM is very adamant that he does not fudge rolls, and we had a near TPK. I think many others would have started missing attacks on purpose as soon as it became clear how bad the party was doing. But he didn't, and it ended up more interesting, with my character dying and the group barely getting out of it after using all their resources. If, on the contrary, the DM is rolling very bad and the players are steamrolling the fight, let them feel powerful on this one. I don't think that's unpopular at all.
It's not unpopular in the slightest.
I think that's restful.
Decree restful.
The dog's so upset about that. His ears just went.
I think like as soon as the word fudging comes in, people just immediately go, oh, well, you just do it all the time, then there's no point in even playing the game. It's just like, no.
Yeah.
First of all, cool those gents. Mm-hmm. Cool them down. They don't need to be so fiery hot right now.
Yep, jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. I'm sorry.
Fucking Jesus.
I'm sorry. Carry on.
It was a hoax.
Carry on.
Like, look, like, I agree. I will only ever fudge a roll. I fudged a roll for my second ever session because I was not great at balancing combat and almost TPK'd my party. Yeah. And everyone's just like, I remember I posted the video and everyone was just like, they all die, they all wake up, it was a premonition. That's boring. They all now go to the afterlife and you do an afterlife campaign.
Boring.
No, because that's not what I've planned. I'm like, I will only ever do it, like, again, in those really early sessions when I didn't know how to plan.
Yeah, agreed.
I was more than happy to just not have that fourth natural 20 in a row, whatever it was.
Of course.
To TPK my party.
Yeah, of course.
Now, I only ever really do it. Like, if I need something to happen, it just happens.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
sometimes
leave it to dice to let
I don't
it
need to
happen.
leave it to the dice to let it happen.
Yeah,
like, if something things can just happen in D&D for narrative purposes.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you don't need to roll for everything.
No. Especially if you need it to happen.
When it comes to the party, like, they can roll. I'm more than happy to let you guys roll for whatever you want.
Yeah.
Now I know how to balance combat. I don't really need to fudge dice at all ever.
Yeah,
I can't really remember the last time I fudged a dice.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't know. But I think there's two sides to this, isn't there? There's the completely the other way, being like, it doesn't really matter as long as the party's having fun. Who cares if people fudge dice? And then there's the completely other end of the spectrum of someone being like, never fudge a dice. Never, ever, ever. You're going against the laws of God if you fudge a dice and you ruin it for your party. There's two ends. And I feel like this sits exactly where it should be.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
This fits right in the middle.
Yeah, I think this fits right in the middle of this opinion.
If you absolutely need to do it and there's no other way around it, then do it if you need to. That's fine.
And like, honestly, I think the whole my DM never fudges rolls. You do not know that for a certain fact. Like
just being like my DM doesn't ever. It's just like
you don't know.
You have no idea.
You have no idea.
The whole we say it all the time. There's a dungeon master screen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like many reasons,
mm-hmm.
and one of those reasons is dice rolls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like look, and I'm more than happy for you to steamroll one of my combats.
Yeah.
Those two fire giants came in.
Obliterated them.
You obliterated them in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And I was more than fine for that to be what happened.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it does make you feel good. You cast a high level spell.
Agreed.
I'm not just going to fucking pretend I rolled a natural 20 to auto succeed. It's
Agreed.
like, no, you pick that spell. You cast that spell.
Yep.
You wanted it to succeed.
Yep.
I failed. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the dice, but I do agree. The dice should tell a story.
I agree. I'm with you, yeah.
For 99.9% of the game, the dice do tell a story. Until the moment where I need to tell the story.
Yes, absolutely. And again, I think, the example that OP's giving here is like, if you just do it, obviously, I agree that would feel really bad.
That would feel terrible.
To know for a fact.
Yeah.
But, the example that OP gives being like, oh, well, my character died and we nearly had a TPK, but he didn't fudge a roll. You don't know that.
Yeah.
You could have actually TPK'd and you just didn't know because your DM. You know what I mean? I really hate the argument of my DM doesn't because
he says so. It's like
don't know that.
You don't know that.
You don't know that. Did they roll
that.
out in front of you? Then no, you don't know that.
Yeah, and like apparently, was it Matt Colville? Somebody said something about Matt
Yes,
Colville.
it was. Who didn't use a DM screen at all?
And do you want to know what? I actually feel like that might be
rolled out in the open.
Quite a good
like a one shot.
Maybe something like that.
I would say that for a one shot, I think that could be real interesting.
Because like I said though, like there is times where like, fuck it, I'm not rolling. Like I don't need to roll.
Yeah.
Like this thing needs to happen for my story to go along.
Yeah.
And it's not like anything to do with my players. I won't just be like, no, you automatically don't save against the spell. No, that's not what I mean. It's just things that my bad guys need to do that don't regard the players.
Indeed.
They just do.
Yeah,
like,
indeed.
It just happens.
They
and
just take the roll away.
Yeah, the roll just doesn't exist.
Agreed.
And that's fine.
Agreed. Yeah, I think this is restful.
Restful.
I don't think that's unpopular at all. Yeah.
Restful.
Yeah,
I decree.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. I truly am.
Restful.
Thank you for your submission, Anonymous.
Thank you so much for your submission.
This next one is also submitted by Anonymous, but she goes by she, her.
All right.
Thank you, Anonymous.
You didn't write that first one down.
It's all right. Yeah, I can see you've opened up a new page and everything.
Do you want me to?
Yes, please. Yeah, please for me. Yeah. So this has been sent in by, I've said this, Anonymous, and she goes by she, her.
Anonymous, she, her.
Yeah. So D&D Hot Take. Rule of cool is not autism friendly. Sometimes. Snappy titles are hard.
Okay.
Snappy titles are hard. Rule of cool is great and all, but I think it can be tough for some people on the spectrum to run with, especially without explanation.
Yeah.
Like, I think a big draw of D&D for some people on the spectrum can be that it's social interaction governed by known rules, and disrupting that can be pretty jarring. I'm not saying it shouldn't be done or that there's not a good way to do it. It's just that the players at the table should be considered when introducing changes to rules that they might not expect. And mostly just being gentle about it and not jumping straight to frustration if they don't seem comfortable with the change. I feel like people are really quick to throw out terms like rules lawyer or metagamer when people are just wired a little differently.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that people who earn those titles don't exist, because they do, but I just think people use them a little too quick in people who might just need a little bit more accommodation or consideration at the table.
Yeah.
I definitely know I've been given pause at certain changes I've encountered while playing at different tables. None bad and none I fought, but it's certainly some that left me buzzing in my skin.
Oh.
Sorry if that's too long. Feel free to cut wherever. Also, I love your show. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. And again, this is me speaking for someone who is not been diagnosed on the spectrum. I feel like I do definitely fall somewhere on the spectrum, but I am undiagnosed. I agree. Having things change last minute, having things that are like written rules changed and ignored without an explanation. Yeah, I can see how that is very frustrating, especially to someone on the spectrum.
Yeah. Like, I think, again, as soon as... It's always just a few select people that just ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
It's like, everyone's like, rule of cool's fucking lame because I need rules. And it's like, look, take it from me. Take it from a person who literally loves the rules. I follow the rules to the best of my ability.
Yeah, you do.
All the time.
Yeah.
Because then when the moment doth arise, where we get to break it to finish the fight, to do the cool thing in that one moment now and then, it makes it super special because it's like, all right, cool, yeah, we're happy to break it because the combat's ended. We don't need to worry about it. It's not going to change anything mechanically because we're only doing it this once. Yeah. Like, I love Rule of Cool because I use it really rarely.
Yeah, I agree. It's because it's used so sparingly.
And that's why it's cool.
Yeah.
I do agree. There are people who are like I've said it before, I think like playing in a game with a Bria for most people would be like, this is sick.
Yeah.
She's so lax and she's so loose and she just, like when she let Fern turn into a direwolf.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what she wanted to do.
Well, that could have been something that was discussed prior, though.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know that.
Exactly. But the thing is, mechanically, she can't do that.
Yeah, mechanically, she can't do it. Yeah.
And I would struggle to play in one of her games because I love to build within the rules, because building within the rules allows me to know how powerful I am.
I think that's it. It's the idea that building in the rules is very clear.
Yeah.
Like, well, there is some things in 5e aren't clear. I understand that. But, general rule of thumb, if you're building in the rules, yes, it's very clear.
You have a gauge to be like, this is strong, this isn't strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree. I especially without the explanation, especially the not being gentle, the getting frustrated. Yeah, I completely agree. I think there's ways to do it. And just in general in life, if someone asks for an explanation, especially in a game, just give it to them.
Yeah.
Just tell them. Like, you could just be honest and just say, it was just cool, and in that moment, that cool moment felt more important.
Yeah.
Just give an explanation.
I am not on the spectrum. But I have played with people who are.
Yeah.
And I will be honest, like at the beginning, dungeon mastering for someone who was definitely on the spectrum, sometimes for me, I was like, "Ooh, maybe I've done something wrong there." But it is totally down to understanding your players.
Totally.
Like, you need to understand that everyone functions differently,
and
what works
important
for you maybe doesn't work for them.
It's important to understand that some people do not read between the lines.
No.
Some people cannot read between the lines, and if you leave even a little bit of, oh well, they'll get what I mean.
Yeah.
Don't just assume that.
Yeah, if you are playing for somebody on the spectrum, dungeon mastering, like, you probably will have to just understand that you are probably going to have to be really clear.
Yeah, of course you are.
With everything
of course,
that you
of
do,
course.
you're probably going to have to be like really clear, and it's not because that they would try and take advantage of you.
No, of course
or
not.
they're trying to do it to like bend the rules because you said it this once.
Yeah,
it is purely
yeah.
because sometimes things don't, the way that your brain works maybe isn't the exact same way that their brain works.
Yeah.
You interpret something like this, but they interpret it this way.
Yes.
And you can't get like offended by it.
Yeah.
It's purely just trying to understand what everyone at your table needs.
100%. And like, again, going back to this, like the whole rule of cool thing, I think it's easy as well. If someone sees someone do something with rule of cool and it's allowed that one time, but then they're like, okay, right, that's how it is. I can do that. They try it. The stars don't align and they're not allowed to do it. It feels
bad. Feels real bad.
Real bad.
And this is the thing. It's tough because let's just say in the situation where somebody uses the rule of cool and then that person's like, oh, cool, well, that's the way it works.
That's how it is. Yeah.
Like, and let's just say you didn't say out loud the thing that you should always say when it comes to rule of cool. Like, not how it normally works, but for this moment, I'm happy for it to work like that because that's cool.
Because X, Y, Z, yeah.
In that moment, when that person tries to use it like that, you just have to say, sorry, I messed up. I didn't say that at the time, but that's not how it normally works.
Yeah.
And you could even just go as far to be like, I'm happy for it to work again for you now because I wasn't clear.
Yeah, but going forward, this is not how it works.
This is not how it works.
You can be as clear as I used the rule of cool there,
Yeah.
and I let it happen because of that.
I always think announcing the rule of cool is very important.
Very important. Very important.
So everyone knows how things are.
Totally. I completely agree. I think this is restful.
I think this is restful. Decreed. Restful.
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 Bonk. Restful.
Bonky bonk,
I think
bonky
so.
bonk restful.
I think so. And again, I am sorry to people out there who are on the spectrum who you do get labeled like a rules lawyer.
Yeah.
I feel
I'm
like
not even on the spectrum. I'm the rules lawyer. I love the rules. The rules are the best. Did you just pull that out?
Okay, look away. Oh no. That's fine.
It's fine. She fixed it.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Margaret,
No.
edit that out. It's fine. Look at that.
What are we saying?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Like to the people who have been declared rules lawyers.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And also, as OP says, there are people who are rules lawyers and who are terrible about it. But I would try use a bit of critical thinking in moments and think, why is this person saying this? Why is this person acting like that before jumping to conclusions?
Yeah, because there is normally a reason.
Yeah, there is.
And, again, like, to the DMs out there who do, like, a Dungeon Master for anyone on the spectrum, like, you're doing a great job. Yeah. And you're doing your best. And as long as you're doing your best, that's all that you can do.
Indeed. Communication is the most important thing.
In a group with somebody who's on this is just from me. Again, I'm not on the spectrum. I'm just speaking from experience as having a Dungeon Master for somebody on the spectrum. Like, communication is
key.
Like, not even fucking key. It's fundamental.
You have to.
It's like, it's fundamental. Yeah. And it's for your enjoyment and their enjoyment. And keep it up. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
All right, number 3. This is now from the Reddit. Those were just the 2 submissions.
Thanks for the submissions. We don't get.
Yeah, we don't get many unpopular opinions. Yeah, any hot takes. So, this is all from the Reddit from now on. Hot take, but I don't think people understand what railroading means. I DM more than I play, so please feel free to chime in if you disagree and let me elaborate. I think most parties actually appreciate having a clear set of actionable objectives. These objectives should be small/specific enough that the party can formulate a plan around them. This way, people don't get lost during planning, and not everyone needs to keep track of all the information all the time. Having a series of objectives that lead the player to an interesting outcome is not railroading.
Mm-hmm.
The problem of railroading arises when the DM is not able or willing to accommodate whatever plans the party come up with to complete these objectives within reason. In other words, you should have the what, but you should be prepared to work with a variety of hows.
Yes.
Railroading is simply when a DM shoots down a good faith effort without exploring any of its consequences. Holding the party's hand through a series of complicated events is not railroading, and it's often appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Restful.
I decree restful. That is like, I think we did one on this before, and I think we actually... Are you ready? Are you ready, the internet? I'm going to do something that is actually against the rules.
Oh my god, kill him.
It's against the rules, and I shouldn't say it. And you might as well cancel me now.
Throw tomatoes at him.
Yeah, throw tomatoes at me, cancel me, tell me I'm a
throw stones at him.
Mind changer.
Shame.
Your opinion's invaluable.
Shame.
Your opinion is literally worthless because you would change it.
Shame.
And, when you're on the internet, when you've got an opinion...
What are you going to say, Jack?
You can't change it.
What are you going to say?
I need to hype this up.
What are you going to say?
I changed my mind. So somebody was like, we did this exact same thing last time.
Did we?
Yeah, there was a conversation about railroading, and then they gave an example, and it wasn't railroading at all. And we were like, yeah, railroading, you need an aspect of railroading. That's not railroading. We did this exact same thing.
Did we?
But we called it railroading.
I
see. It's called storytelling.
Yeah.
Like, in my game, you always know what's going on.
Yeah, we do, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You always have, like, clear and concise path to the next quest, the next objective, the next story beat.
There may be multiple paths that we have to make a choice,
yeah.
But we know all of the options before we make a decision, yeah.
And that's just storytelling.
Yeah, that's not railroading at all.
No, it's not.
Yeah, agreed.
But a lot of people on the internet think that's railroading, and it's not.
See, you know what? I actually think the example that OP gave here is a perfect example of what railroading is.
Yeah.
Shooting down a good faith effort
100%.
Without even considering trying it.
Yeah.
You should know the what, but you should be able to consider the hows.
Yes.
I completely agree.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, hand-holding. People are so against hand-holding in D&D.
Like,
I do not understand why. I don't understand why people hear things like... I burped. Things like railroading.
How could you do this?
And they're outraged by it. They're like, you're railroading the party. You should tell them what to do. You're a bad DM. And it's like, there is nothing wrong with making it clear what the objectives are.
It's like some people go as far to be like, "Oh, you prepped, you railroad."
Yeah,
like
I agree.
That's what you're saying.
Again, that is the very other end of the spectrum to the conversation.
I've played in a game where there was little to no prep and not a lot of hand holding, if not basically zero.
Yeah.
I fucking hated it.
Yeah, so did I.
But people can play that way. That's fine. But to me, like, I turn up to D&D because the Dungeon Master has planned something that I want to experience.
There's nothing more frustrating than everyone standing around going, what are we doing?
Sorry, what are we doing?
What are we doing here? Sorry, what are we doing?
It's like, I do that in real life. I don't want to do that in D&D.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like, I want a story to be told to me, and I'm more than happy to follow the fucking plot hook.
And you know what? It's also so frustrating as a player, right? Like, let's say... I can't think of an example, but as a player, you can't remember something.
Yeah.
However, your character would.
Yeah.
Like there's plot devices that have happened, there's things that have happened. Your character would remember, but you as the player at the moment can't.
Yeah.
And your DM doesn't step in and help you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very frustrating. And I feel like that is probably a separate conversation to railroading.
Yeah.
But I feel like that falls in the same area, right?
Yeah.
People would be like, well, you shouldn't just give it to your players. And it's like, you should. Why shouldn't you?
Why not?
Like, people hate the idea of the DM working with the players.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
I don't know.
I really don't know why.
Like,
I agree.
This is exactly right.
This is
perfect.
so very well worded, honestly.
100%. Like, it's true. Like, having nudges in the right direction and breadcrumbs to follow a trail, it's like, that's not railroading.
No, absolutely
Your Dungeon
not.
Master is literally just giving you a nudge in the right direction of what they have planned so you can have fun discovering the story and the story bits that they've prepared.
I also think
railroading.
I also think like turning to the DM if you're a bit stuck and saying like, what do you think we should do? Like, what are the options? Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I know so many people disagree with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Nah, there's not. Because if the thing is, if you know your Dungeon Master's got something planned, but you just don't know how to like spark it off,
yeah, totally.
For them to just drop you something or tell you something that you've maybe forgotten the week before, I'm totally fine with that.
I think there's the other end of the spectrum from the players as well, who are like, well, I know the DM has something planned, so I'm not going to do anything to take us off track.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's like an inadverted like way of the player trying to force a situation as well without really knowing what the DM's plans are.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think railroading would look something like you're on a way to a town and a player goes, oh, could I just like take a look and scry onto the town and see what happens just to get some information? And then the DM goes, no, you can't.
You scribe all shatters.
Yeah.
And there's no glass in your eyes.
Because they know that
you die.
And you die. You shit yourself and die.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a really good example. Or
like there's another end of the spectrum is the Dungeon Master who has something planned and who goes out of their way to plan a session. And then the players who see the story and see the breadcrumbs and they're like, nah, fuck that, and they go and do the complete opposite.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
That's you're railroading your Dungeon Master there. Basically.
Agreed.
You're doing you see what they've prepared, you see that they put in the hard work,
and you
want to do nothing but fuck them over and go and do the opposite.
Agreed.
Like that. If people were to do that in my game,
yeah,
I would just fucking quit and end that session.
Yeah,
because
I know you would.
that isn't what I play Dungeons and Dragons for.
I agree. No, I think that's very restful. I think that was
very
very well worded.
Restful.
Is that hell to listen to?
I don't know. Maybe we should bang them on the.
I don't think that's any better, honestly.
I'll get mine.
We might have to stack them. We'll do it a little bit gentler.
I'm gonna do it harder.
Yeah, you tell them. Onto the mic.
I'm actually gonna make the noise with my mouth.
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
Okay, number 3. Right?
No.
Number
4.
Number 4. Number 4?
Yeah.
Oh, number 4.
Yeah, number 4, baby.
Joke characters are for one-shots. If we're in a serious game, bring a serious character.
Restful.
I agree. Restful.
Take it from moi. Take it
Oh.
from yours truly.
Oh.
Take it from your beloved Jack.
Oh my goodness.
I am 99% of the time the comic relief
a
of the group.
fool. Yeah.
Because that's what I do best.
Yeah.
Like,
agreed.
I am more than I like to be funny.
Yep.
I like to have a good time.
Yep.
But I also like to write cripplingly sad
tragic
stories.
backstories. I'm the same though. Yeah.
You can have fun and play someone who's funny and lighthearted, yet also not play a joke character.
I completely agree. I think there is such a huge difference between joke character and having a sense of humor.
100%.
Because, you could argue Rayla. Like, Rayla is a very serious character. She has very serious story beats.
Of course she does.
She acts
her
very serious.
family went missing during the Fimbulwinter, and she's wandered the world alone looking for her family.
But she is also a fucking clown.
But she's also a clown.
She's all with her friends. She is lame and she is a clown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I would say she's a very serious character who acts like an idiot with her friends.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a joke character is someone who has like a really stupid, lame name.
Yeah.
And who like does inflammatory things.
Yeah.
Maybe a murder hobo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
joke characters and funny characters are two different things.
Completely
Two different
agreed. And you know what? I agree. Joke characters for one shots. We once played a Christmas one shot and we all played as kobolds.
Yeah, and
oh my god,
we just killed everything and ate everyone.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah,
and those were joke characters.
Yeah, they were literally joke characters.
But imagine trying to bring one into a serious campaign.
No. Like case in point, the most famous of them all, Jester Lavua.
Yeah, yeah.
Like lighthearted, funny, eats pastries, draws dicks.
Yep.
Like she is literally like the most lighthearted, fun character. But she's in a serious campaign.
Yeah.
She's a serious
Yeah,
character.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't have to like be a joke to be funny and lighthearted.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And I think, again, we say all this. It depends on your table. Of course it does. Like, maybe your table's fine with it. Maybe you're maybe a long-term campaign is a joke campaign, and that's fine.
If that's what you want to do,
it's all completely up to your table. But yeah, I agree. If someone tries to bring a joke character into like one of your campaigns, it would not go down well.
No.
It would just be annoying.
It would be annoying, yeah.
And weird.
But this is the thing, like, I love having a joke.
Yeah,
like,
so do I.
Even as the dungeon master.
Yeah, you do.
In my extremely serious campaign, we fucking do stupid shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But like when we know when the serious moments come, it's the problem. It's when everyone's getting down to business and it is becoming serious, and that person's just going like, "Oh yeah," and stuff like that. And you're like,
yeah.
No,
yeah. Agreed.
No, thank you.
Agreed. I don't think that needs any more elaboration.
Did you like my noise?
Restful. You want to do it again?
No.
No.
Never again.
Never again.
Restful.
Whoa. Oh, you're just doing the one.
I'm doing the one. As if we're in like
nice.
It's like the judge where they just smack it
once. As if we're in court.
Yeah.
What you suing someone for?
Saying "oh yeah" too many times in my campaign. To jail with thou.
To jail with thee. Okay, the next one, number 5 is. I didn't write the numbers next to them. I really should have.
Okay. I've got the numbers.
I'm you.
Number keeper.
You're number man.
I'm the numbers man.
Number-o man.
Number-o man, number 1.
Players should try classes which are the least appealing to them to expand their horizons and invest in a character that is different from their playstyle. Unrestful. Because I know all of you are going to say play an artificer.
Play an artificer dwarf.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Like, the thing is, so many people love the artificer.
Yeah.
So many people love the artificer. And
I love that for you.
And, like, the armor artificer looked like a really great tank. And I think I'd be quite interested to play one. And, I think the thing is, you haven't played enough of the things you're actually excited for yet.
I agree.
To be at that point.
I agree. Like, not even speaking specifically about me, I think this is like a double-edged thing, isn't it? Because it's like, D&D is a huge time commitment.
Huge.
You play it to have fun. You play it to have a good time. You play it to be a fantasy version of yourself. I don't know why you would want to play something that's not appealing to you for the sake of expanding your horizons. You expand your horizons enough in everyday life, I would like to think. Like,
well,
no, maybe that's a bit generous.
Yeah.
But I personally do not see the point in playing a class that you have no interest in, especially in a long-term campaign.
So the thing is, that's because, as I said, we've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for like 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So you have only actually really played in 3 proper campaigns.
I have.
Matthew's, mine, and my second one.
Yeah, I have.
So you've only really properly one-shots aside and stuff like that, played 3 characters. And 2 of them were a druid.
2 of them were druids.
So the thing is, at the minute, there's still loads of things for you to be
I'm
excited
very excited for.
Down the
yes.
line, after you've played everything that you have been excited for,
Yeah.
and you may be burnt out of playing a druid, the day may come, we don't know. Science hasn't found the answer yet as to whether Margaret will become bored of a druid.
To jail.
To jail with you!
I don't think so.
But this is probably for people who've been playing for a fucking really long time.
Yeah.
Who are maybe like, oh, well, I don't want to play that. I want to play just the things. I think this is a good idea for people who've been playing for a long time.
Yeah, agreed.
But
yeah.
for people like me, who literally have 47,000 different things they want to play, I'm not going to come out with this and be like, because I don't really get to play a character very often.
Yeah,
I'm not going to come out with this and be like,
yeah.
I'm going to play something I hate.
Yeah. I see. I disagree. I disagree entirely. But that could be because I'm the type of person where if I don't want to do something, I'm not going to fucking do it.
Yeah, I get that.
And I'm a huge. I hate wasting my time.
Yeah.
I hate wasting my free time specifically. Oh, did you see that?
A little bit of juice came out. The cup there.
Because my time is so finite. I want to be able to do what I want to do on my terms and how I want to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that.
So I don't understand you should play something you don't want to play to expand your horizons. Shan't.
Yeah, but I also think that's probably because of your mindset right now.
True.
And
but
because you've got a million fucking characters you want to play.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't. I just don't think this applies for you.
Yeah, you know what? I still disagree. I think people should play what they want, how they want, and you shouldn't have to force yourself to do something because of a perceived notion. Perfect example. I had the notion that everyone should try DMing once. Hated it.
Yeah.
Hated DMing. I will probably never DM again because I hated it so much.
Yeah.
I only forced myself to do it because of the preconceived notion that everyone should try it. If you're using the same logic with this, everyone should try play something that's the least appealing to them. Why?
No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree that everyone should do that. I think maybe if you're at the point where you're like, I'm a bit bored of D&D.
I've done everything. I've done all the things I want to do.
Well, but if you haven't played like half of the classes because they don't
tickle
your pickle, then maybe you should give them a go because you might find something really exciting.
You know what? I actually sit on the other end of this as well because I said from the very beginning I would never play a paladin. My next character's a paladin.
There you go.
Like she's locked and loaded, ready to go. She's a paladin.
But that's probably because your perspective's been changed.
Yeah, I don't want to hear any of that.
I don't want to hear your sound arguments.
No, take your sound argument and go to jail.
Go on.
Jail.
No.
Unrestful.
Restful.
What do you think? I'm very interested to see what you all think.
I think restful because I think restful only if you are of that mindset.
You know what? I think resting. I think.
Do you know what?
Resting.
I agree. Resting. Because I think it definitely comes down to your position.
Agreed.
How long you've played.
Agreed.
Who you've played.
Agreed.
Do you know what I mean? So I think
don't let people on the internet convince you to do things that you don't want to do because you think that you should. You know?
I 100% agree.
Yeah, that's all.
100% agree.
Please let us know what you think. I'd love to know what your opinion is on that.
We almost disagreed. I still think we do slightly disagree.
Yeah.
I think resting is correct.
Yeah, resting.
Because I think it depends on your circumstance.
Agreed, resting.
Go for it. Number 06.
Number 06. Sorry, you know what? I zoned out really badly then. I've highlighted the usernames and not the actual takes, so I was like, what does Odiacon mean? So barbarians can't even tank, with the term tank being loosely used.
Loosely used.
What did I say?
Loosely used.
Loosely used.
Loosely used.
Loosely used.
Loosely used.
Casters are the best tanks. Unrestful.
Like, I think what we need to do is break down the definition of tank.
Agreed.
Because-
Well, you know what? Agreed. Because I think there's like 3 different types of tank.
Okay.
Right? There is hit point sponge.
Okay.
There is
Not a caster.
huge AC.
Not a caster.
There is battlefield control. Could
Caster.
potentially be a.
Could possibly.
What am I?
Could possibly.
Could potentially be a
It
caster.
could potentially.
What's wrong with
Well,
me?
no, not like battlefield controllers are. Spellcasters 100% fall into that category.
Yeah.
But not all of them do. Like your warlock isn't
Of
going
course,
to be
of
a
course.
battlefield controller.
Yes.
Like things like
something like your druid maybe
your
could
druid
be.
could be, your wizard could be.
Your
Like
sorcerer could
there's
be.
many people that can do it, and you are definitely misconstruing there, my friend. Battlefield controller and tank.
Yeah. I think it depends like what type. I gave 3 examples there. I am certain that is not the only type of tank. It depends what your opinion on tank is.
Yeah, it does depend what your opinion on tank is.
What's your opinion on tank? What do you think being a tank means?
What being a tank to me means being able to take a lot of hits.
Yeah.
And something that D&D doesn't do very well, which is find a way to get things to want to hit you.
Yes, like to
Like
taunt
taunting.
things. Yeah,
Like
agreed.
in World of Warcraft, like
the tanks have a taunt.
the tanks taunt,
Yeah.
and like the whole thing is you are the one that needs to be hit,
Yes,
not
indeed.
everybody else.
Yeah, indeed.
So like the thing is, I would say that is without a doubt the most important thing as a tank.
yeah.
Now,
What's your
what's your definition
idea
of tank?
a tank?
Now,
Do you want to ask me?
oh sorry, yes, babe, that
Do you
was very inconsiderate
Do you want
of
to ask
me.
me what my opinion on a tank is? It's actually exactly the same as yours, so you didn't have to ask.
But I'll ask anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's
What's a tank?
to me, a tank is someone who puts themselves in the way of danger in order to soak up the hits.
Yes.
And to try and be the main target.
Mhm. Like there is absolutely a difference between a tank and a battlefield controller.
I agree.
And I think both roles are extremely important.
I agree.
And this person clearly does not know the difference between the two.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think when they say caster's the best kind of tank.
Like I agree that casters are the best type of battlefield controllers.
Agreed, I agree.
And
very
there
much
are
so.
there are some tanks that are good battlefield controllers.
Yeah.
Like the Rune Knight Warrior.
Yes.
Like
yes.
the Psy Warrior. The Psy Warrior can put shields up and things like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like there is, but yeah, I agree that a spellcaster is a better battlefield controller.
Yeah, agreed.
The thing is, though, the tank can be a good battlefield controller. The spellcaster cannot be a good tank.
Hit point sponge.
Like,
yeah, cannot be like.
I played a wizard tank.
Yeah.
And I had a fantastic AC.
Yep.
I had many ways to not get hit.
Yep.
But the thing is, as soon as I got hit,
Dead. Yeah.
Like dead, instantly dead.
Yeah,
I had a
yeah.
D6 hit dice.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You can't say that they are better than the tanks. The tanks are literally there to be hit. That's why
Agreed.
they get a D12. That's why
Yeah,
they have
agreed.
rage. That's why they have shields. That's why they have
Yeah. Most of the time, heavy armor.
heavy armor
Yeah.
in a lot of cases. Like, battlefield controllers and tanks are two different things.
I agree. So, to be honest, I think this is just resting, right?
Nope.
You think it's unrestful? Yeah.
Unrestful.
To be fair, yeah, I went in with unrestful in the beginning as well.
Unrestful.
Yeah, unrestful. Without any further elaboration,
Yeah.
I think unrestful.
I think battlefield controllers are not tanks.
Yep,
but
agreed.
tanks can be battlefield controllers.
But it can't be the other way
It
around.
can be the other way around.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I want to know what you think. What do you think?
Tell me what you think. I need the comments. 1,000 comments on. 1,000 comments on.
Anyway.
Anyway.
I fucked
You
up
didn't
the
hear
dog.
anything?
Oh, no.
You did upset the dog.
The dog heard something. That is for
Oh.
certain. So this is number 6.
Oh,
This 7.
Number 7.
Why did I say 7 like that?
7.
7.
7.
This is number 7.
Number 7.
There is no such thing as the Matt Mercer effect. Seriously, it doesn't exist. The term is nothing but the result of a confluence between gatekeepers who hate Critical Role for bringing the hobby back into the mainstream and shit DMs who want an excuse to ignore their players' feedback.
Yep.
I think... restful.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
Oh, restful.
Restful.
Absolutely 100% restful.
Restful.
I do think that there is more to it than just that, though.
Oh, yeah, I think the thing is, there's just more reasons why it doesn't exist.
There's just more reasons. Yeah, these are not like the only reasons.
No, these aren't the only reasons. These are just 2 very good reasons.
Yeah.
There are actually more reasons why the Matt Mercer effect doesn't exist.
Agreed.
You are just... It's sad, isn't it? Because I don't want to boil it down to you are butthurt by the fact that he's amazing. and you are compared to him because he's so amazing that you're upset, and it's a struggle for you to handle your emotions about it, so you just get upset.
Yeah, I think that's actually what it does boil down to.
Yeah, it's
genuinely. I think I'm not wearing my ring. We've broken up. This is it.
I love you.
I love you. Yeah, I think it does boil down to like the people who were upset by it, right? The Matt Mercer effect. Gatekeepers. Not willing to change.
Not willing to change DMs.
Simply not willing to change. And again, I understand how your feelings can be hurt when your players, they watch something like Critical Role and they want something like that, but you are just
unable to give it to them.
You're not willing to give it to them. And then you're upset because you're being compared to someone who you could kind of never be.
Of course you can't.
And that hurts. And I understand that.
And there is the thing to say, like, you should never expect your DM at your table with your friends to be Matt Mercer, because that's fucking unfair.
And agreed.
But the thing is, this is the example. I'll give you the example as to where this came from.
Yeah.
Okay. 2014, Critical Role isn't a thing. Okay, you played D&D with your friends, and you've played it for ages, and you have a good time. 2015 rolls around, 2016 rolls around, where Critical Role starts to happen, and people start to watch it, and a player turns up to your table who's played at your table all along, and they turn up, and they start to act slightly different, and they start to want slightly different things from you.
Yeah.
Instead of emotionally handling it well and communicating well with your party, you just go, it's fucking shit anyway. I never fucking like Critical Role, and it's unfair for you to ever want that from me. Fuck you, you're not playing with me anymore. That's the situation.
Yeah.
That's where the Matt Mercer effect comes from.
Yeah, and I also think the Matt Mercer effect, I think it's gatekeepers who sit there and they're like, we've heard it so many times, we just meet up at a table to play a game and have fun, and now people come in and they want backstories, and they want this big epic scene, and they expect so much. And it's like, no, people have always wanted that. And I also think maybe people didn't realize that was something that was possible to get out of the game.
Yeah.
And something like Critical Role has shown you can have all of these things and more.
Yeah.
And it's opened people's eyes. It's like an evolution, right? And there was 100% tables playing like Critical Role do.
Yeah.
They
just put it on the internet and everyone liked it.
There's people who play in their homes who play like that. So no, it's not new.
It's not new, no.
It's just it's in the mainstream and people can see it.
It's like, why do you think that they did what they did?
Yeah.
Like,
how do you think that happened?
they didn't just like instantly, like, there was that first campaign was a campaign before it was put on camera.
Yeah.
And Matt Mercer was running that campaign for his friends.
Yep.
He then just filmed it and put it on the internet.
Yeah.
It's like, people still played like that before.
Yeah.
Because Matt Mercer played like that.
You
before.
just didn't play like that.
You just didn't play that before. And the thing is, instead of just saying to your player, I'm really sorry, mate, I don't really have time to do that.
Yeah.
If you want backstory, incorporate, and then I'm probably not the DM for you because I don't like to play like that.
Yep.
But instead, what you did is, you're a fucking asshole. I can't believe you. I hate Critical Role for doing this to me.
Yeah, Critical Role changed the whole scene. It's like, yeah, they did.
Yeah, they fucking did.
The second that...
Because it's fucking mint, and
well, yeah,
that's why.
Of course it is. And I do think there is an other side to it where players do expect.
Which is unfair.
Which is unfair.
We've voiced that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is unfair.
And I think that there's a fine line between both of it.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, no, restful. I don't think there is such a thing as the Matt Mercer effect.
There's no such thing.
I truly don't.
It's just fucking...
It's just the evolution of a hobby.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Fucking angry people who can't compartmentalize their emotions, so they just blame it on someone else.
Yep. Oh my god, 100%.
Yeah, that's all it is.
100%.
Restful.
The next one, number 8.
Number 8. Well done, babe.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Yeah, what can I say?
You are a bit of a numbers guru.
I can count to 8. Maybe. So, in a setting where literal demons wreaked havoc on
just
mankind,
raking a bunch of leaves in the garden with the claws, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Wreaked havoc on mankind in inhabited planes of evil that have probably existed and that you could visit if a race A looked like it had a demon, B, had any immunity to fire, C, knew the infernal language from birth, and D, gained an inherent access to magic based on a demonic lineage, they would not be merely treated poorly, they would be exiled at best and more likely hunted to extinction. But because people want to play edgy-looking characters and suffer racism as a roleplay tourist, every realistic player has to contort common sense around the notion that any sane individual would spend a single second in the company of a tiefling other than send it back to daddy.
Unrestful. Shut your fucking mouth.
No, not even just This is rancid vibes.
This is pestilent vibes.
This is pestilent vibes. Pestilent vibes.
What that says to me is, I want to be a racist.
Yeah, what that says to me is...
In my real life, I have racist views, and I'm going to put them in my game, and if you don't like it, you should get on board. And do you want to know what? Shut up.
Like, what world are we talking in? What setting are we talking about? Because not our setting, not any other setting I know. What setting are we talking about?
Your rubbish argument of being like, they can cast infernal magic, you mean hellish rebuke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say to you, my friend, but like...
Hellish rebuke is on a spell list.
It's on a spell list.
It's on a spell list.
Classes can take it.
Yeah.
And also, what's fireball? It's fire magic. So is every single wizard now using the fucking fury of the devil?
Yeah.
Why don't you just shut your mouth?
Tell me you go to church every Sunday.
Oh my God, you love church. You love Jesus Christ himself.
Seriously, not even just that though, right? This is a situation where, let me guess, this person played 3.5 where tieflings weren't a thing.
Exactly. Where
right?
It's like, you played old editions, and it's like, I've, again, played in a game. I've played in a game where someone's been like, oh, you can't play a tiefling.
Oh yeah,
Mate,
but
I can be a Triton, and I can be a Tabaxi, and I can be a Turtle, and I can be a Minotaur, and I can be a Leonin. It's like, why?
And again, this whole thing of being like, they wouldn't just be treated poorly, and it's the whole like, oh, you just want to look edgy and you want to suffer racism as a roleplay tourist.
No, I don't want to.
No,
suffer.
I don't.
No, but you're going to do that to me.
You're going to force that to happen.
And yes, I want to be edgy because look at me. Look at me IRL. I'm just some fucking guy.
I'm just a
guy. I'm just living my best life.
Of course I want to be edgy.
As a guy, I want to be a fucking sexy, horned devil man with red skin and beautiful, slick black hair. And I want fire to barely touch me. And I want people to be like, ooh, you're cool. Yeah. Of course I do. Of fucking course I do, you stupid fucking idiot. Of course I do. Because it's a fantasy game.
Tell him.
Oh my God.
Go on. Tell him.
Look,
tell him.
I've told him. That's it. I've told him. You've been told. Now shut up and fuck off. Next fucking submission. It's just the most fucking straw man piss weak argument.
Well said. It's like no one is forcing this apart from you.
No one's going to racially abuse me.
Apart from you.
Apart from you, Mr. Dungeon Master.
You're the person setting this.
Yeah.
You could so easily just make it not a thing.
You could so easily not racially abuse my character.
Yeah, but you're choosing.
But you're going to.
But you're going
but
to.
You're going to.
Fucking
and you're
idiot.
going to blame it on me because of your decision.
Pestilent vibes.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Number 9. How many do I have?
Man, that rustled my fucking jimmies so hard.
Yeah, go on. Get them rustled.
Rustled.
Let's unrustle them. Let's unrustle the jimmies. Let's bring them down. All right. Let's steam out them jimmies.
Let's steam the jimmy.
Yeah, with your infernal legacy.
With my infernal legacy.
Okay. PvP isn't outright bad. And this idea that anyone who engages in PvP is a bad player / toxic, etc. is completely cutting off potentially interesting and player-driven path of the story of one or more potentially involved players. That was such a long sentence. Worse, in my experience, anybody who has a positive experience with PvP is instantly downvoted and told that PvP shouldn't be used. It's bad. It's toxic. You're toxic for using it, to the point where almost being harassed about it. Which is why I almost never see it being mentioned in threads similar to this. This is the D&D Reddit.
Okay.
Does it belong at every table? No. Correct. Just like anything, this is table dependent. If you can't separate the character from the player, including yourself and others, and you dislike potential death for your characters, but not all PvP involves combat, or are more interested in a casual game, then you are less prone to being comfortable with PvP, which is completely fine for you and your table. Yeah, I agree. Restful.
Yeah, I would say restful. I think the beginning is laced in a little frustration.
Totally. You can tell.
Like, the thing is, I agree.
Mhm.
PvP can absolutely be a thing that you can explore,
Mhm.
and you shouldn't be shamed for wanting PvP.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be shamed for, like, not wanting it either, is the thing. The problem arises, and I've been in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
The problem arises where one person does and one person not.
Yes.
Because I have been in a situation where I have been PvP'd
Mhm.
by another player, and I've sort of brushed it off as a bit of a joke.
Yeah.
And then they kept and I should have communicated, being like, I don't like PvP.
Yeah.
Like, please don't fucking hit my character and shit like that.
Yeah.
Until it got to the point where they kept hitting my character to the point where I just fucking lost my cool and I retaliated. And then a PvP instance, like, carried out.
Yeah.
Like, I should have just said from the beginning, I don't like to be PvP'd.
Yes.
So
yes.
you can fight it out and you can have conflict and smash each other with swords and shit if that's what you want.
Totally. I think and to be honest, OP kind of touched on it here. I think it's fine as long as it's kind of not going to the death, right?
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're not literally killing each other, because even then, even with consent for that, I still think that's too far. That's me personally, though. But I do think you're right. I think if there's going to be PvP, there should be a conversation beforehand saying, is it okay if this happens?
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Both parties, Dungeon Masters,
Exactly.
everyone's cool with it.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. And, I agree. I think the first point of this being, like, people who say they enjoy BVB.
Beef.
And they're labeled as, like, bad players or toxic. I agree. I think that's from people who only see one side of things and don't consider that other tables are different,
but
right?
it's also people who are toxic are the people who initiate PvP even though the other person doesn't want
Agreed.
it and then kills their character.
Yeah, oh my god, completely agree.
So, like,
and we've heard so many stories of that.
Like, if you do that, you are a toxic piece of shit.
Oh yeah, no,
And
absolutely. Yeah, of course you are.
I don't want to play with you.
No,
but
ever.
I understand if two people want a bit of PvP.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember in campaign 2? Like, literally no spoilers. Like, Jester and Bo have a stupid little fight.
Oh, yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
One of them, Bo knocks Jester unconscious.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that was it.
Yeah.
Like, it can be funny and it can be fine and it can be cool.
Yeah.
If that's what you want.
Yeah,
like,
agreed. I think the main thing about PvP is it has to be communicated before, like, and just as it's happening and after. Do you know what I mean? I think there has to be a constant stream of communication. And obviously, don't just fucking do it if there's never been a conversation had about it ever.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but yeah, I think, agreed. It's table dependent, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is resting.
Yeah,
Resting.
I think this is genuinely restful.
Yeah,
I do decree restful because it's about communication.
Yeah,
and I think this person says it,
yeah.
and
they do.
Like, I think you shouldn't just be like, oh, you like PvP, you're a toxic piece of shit. Like,
the only points I disagree with here is if you dislike potential death, I don't think it should go that far. And also, if you're more interested in a casual campaign, you can still have a serious campaign without PvP in.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, PvP does not equal serious.
Campaign, no.
Yeah, I agree. That's the only points I would disagree on, honestly.
Go on then. I'll resting it.
Yeah, resting. And I also think they make a really good point. You have to be able to separate your person from your character at that point, because that's when it bubbles over. And I think that's kind of what happened with you.
Yeah,
like, there was no separation in that moment because it felt so bad.
And it was, and like, I think it came down to the other person not being able to. Again, if I'd have just first of all, they shouldn't have fucking PvP'd me because
no, agreed.
Like,
yeah,
there was literally no reason to.
Yeah.
Every single time. But also, they weren't reading my social cues at all as I was getting more frustrated and annoyed.
Yeah.
And then I bubbled over and reacted to be like, don't fucking do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I should have communicated better.
Yeah, some people can't read social cues as well. Yeah, indeed.
And this was a long time ago when I was less educated on these things.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. What's that? Growth?
What's that?
On our podcast?
Get to fucking jail. You can't grow or change your mind.
No, I'm going to say resting.
I would say resting.
Simply resting. It's very, very dependent on your table.
Simply resting.
Okay, the next one, number 11.
Oh, let's go.
What can I say?
I'm just a numbers guru.
Monsters are for killing. Treasure is for taking.
There are no goblin orphanages at the end of a dungeon crawl. The bandits don't carry pictures of their darling mothers and loving children. I'm not going to make you feel guilty for killing enemies in my game. And no, you can't take the kobold and keep it as a pet. It's a kobold. You kill it or you let it run away. Or it kills you. Simple.
Unrestful.
Tell me you hate flavor.
Like,
tell me you like mayonnaise and mayonnaise only.
not sriracha mayo.
No. No.
Like, the thing is, right, there was a beautiful moment in campaign 3. Literally no spoilers at all. They kill a bad guy, and the bad guy, like, does have pictures of their family on them. Because, like, it's like my fucking campaign. Who's the bad guy?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
everyone,
Are we the baddies?
Yeah, it's like, that is such a weird take. Like,
I agree.
I'm not going to make you feel bad, but you have to understand that, like, yes, they are people.
Yeah, like,
and they have lived a life.
Yeah, it's like, to me personally, that makes it feel more fleshed out.
Yeah.
Not necessarily real, because obviously we're playing a game. It's not real.
It's not real.
But I understand this perspective from, like, a hack and slash game where, like, it's maybe less roleplay focused. And, maybe that's unfair of me
less
to say.
Story focused, maybe.
Yeah. And it's very much like you are adventurers. You go kill the things. You take the treasure. Would I like to play in a game like that? Absolutely not.
Sounds like not what I want from D&D.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like fun to me.
Like, to me, I do love, like, the morality of it all.
Yeah, I love the moral quandary of, oh my god, have we done the right thing?
Yeah.
And especially your characters, right? There's a chance that your characters have maybe never taken a life before. Maybe, again, that's completely up to an individual.
Yeah, that's up to the
like,
player.
There might be a moment where your characters sit there and they think, oh my god, what have I done?
Like, what I'm feeling is, like, when it comes to bad guys, like, how boring are your bad guys?
That's it. We've said this before as well. The bad guy, to me, the worst type of bad guy is a bad guy who is bad for the sake of being
because bad.
There isn't. Okay, perfect
because
example.
I needed bad.
Perfect example of this. Have you watched Castlevania on Netflix? I'm about to give you some spoilers. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? I'm going to give you some spoilers. Castlevania spoilers for Netflix. Skip ahead if you don't want to hear.
Skip ahead if you don't want to hear.
Dracula, in the first season at least, is the main bad guy.
Yeah.
He is the main bad guy because he has decided he is going to erase humanity from the earth.
Yeah.
Because they took away from him the one thing that he truly loved, which was his wife.
Yeah.
Like, he is not bad because he woke up and he was like, I hate humans, I'm going to kill them.
Yeah, fuck 'em, I hate humans. See you later.
He hates humans because they collectively took away the thing that he loves.
The thing that he loves
and,
the most.
He's also a vampire and he had seen how humans are a scourge on the earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He'd seen
how
all
they've
of that.
ruined it.
His wife managed to convince him otherwise because she was a human, and then they killed her. That is a good reason for a bad guy to be a bad guy.
100%.
Like,
and it's like, is it bad enough to eradicate the human race? No. That's why he's the bad guy.
That's why he's the bad guy.
Bad guys do this thing where there's something that happens to them and they act irrationally.
Yes,
and that's
indeed.
why they're the bad guys.
Because it's irrational.
If he just killed the town and that was it, and then he went, that's probably, every single person that he had wronged his wife in that moment.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's fine. Like, he probably was justified in doing that.
And he probably was still the bad guy for doing that,
but the
right?
fact that he wants to kill everyone, that's why he's the bad guy. But you see it from his point of view in the season, and he's such an amazing bad guy because of it. And he gets to the point where he's just like, I don't even want them to suffer anymore. I just want them dead.
Want them to die.
Like, I just want them to die. And it's just like, he's even exhausted being evil.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But he has to do it.
He has to do it for her.
Yeah.
It's just like, and to me, you clearly you would watch that and be like, this is shit.
Yeah. Like, tell me that your bad guys don't have any depth to them at all.
Like,
and
no dynamics.
Listen, that is fine. That is fine. Of course it is. That's probably fine for your table. Not for me.
Not for me.
God,
that's the thing.
No, not for me. For your table of people who want to turn up and potentially just kill things.
Fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's fine, yeah.
But I actually don't even know en masse how much of an unpopular opinion this is. No, unrestful.
No, this
100%.
is unrestful. This is
like,
100%.
Unrestful.
And especially for me, this is
so unrestful.
This is like
for me.
rancid
This
vibes
is like
for me.
literally the reason I play D&D.
Yeah,
To
agreed.
like express my fucking bad guys. Opinions.
Totally.
Like, and I went in my first campaign. Like, it was like I just watched Castlevania, and my bad guy was very much Dracula incarnate.
Yeah.
About losing a loved one and his
Yes.
child and stuff like that, and it was because of it
Yeah.
was I enjoyed it very much. And this one, I was like, I'm gonna go even further
Yep.
and just make no one particularly good.
Yeah, did a Last of Us 2 on us, kind of.
Did a little bit of The Last of Us 2.
Did a little bit of a Last of Us 2 on us.
Where we just keep seeing it from each perspective,
Yeah.
and every single time we're sort of like, fuck.
Oh,
but
God, ooh.
But really, all we're doing is self-preservation.
Yes,
And
indeed.
that's the reason.
Indeed. Like, I can only speak for my character. My character at this point is like, I don't think Angerbode is wrong for what she's doing. I think if that was me and she said it, I would do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
But at this point, my family is threatened.
Yeah.
My way of life is threatened.
Yeah.
My friends are threatened. So I have to do
So I have to
something.
do it, yeah.
But if it were me, then I think I think she'd be in the right. Do you know what I mean?
It's like that person will play that person is the person who plays The Last of Us 2 and,
and
like,
hates it.
This is shit.
Doesn't understand it. Yeah, agreed. I completely agree. Yeah, and I think again, they don't carry pictures. Yeah, all right, okay. Goblin Orphanage. Oh,
That sounds kind of cute.
I do think, though, I'm sorry to go on about this one. I do think there is the other side of it, again,
Yeah.
where DMs make you feel bad for killing the things.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, intentionally try to make you feel
But,
bad.
like, that's not good.
You know what? Maybe I shouldn't give this example. I can pinpoint a moment in the campaign we played where I'm going to put this very briefly.
Okay.
So there was a person, a
Yeah.
bad guy, who we were tasked to go get something from this person because they had avoided the law.
Okay.
We went to this person. This person was so rude to us.
Yeah.
The person who had given us the quest was like, you need to get something from this person.
Yeah.
And we got the money through force, basically. And then there was this really weird sub story added in because the DM was annoyed at us that we did it.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was so strange.
It's
It was like
we'd rolled really well, and we'd got
and
the
we
thing
managed
that
to get
we
the
needed.
thing. Yeah.
And then
But
it was
actually
like,
without force as well.
and without
actually.
force, but then we were like guilt tripped.
We were guilt tripped for succeeding on the task that the DM had set up for us. And I understand like the idea of depth, but that was simply a guilt trip.
It was just a guilt trip.
It was simply
there was
a
no
guilt
depth.
trip.
There was
Yeah,
no
because
depth.
I think the DM was upset that we succeeded
Yeah.
doing the thing so easily. So I understand the other side of this.
I agree, yeah.
But I might cut that out. I don't know. I don't know if that's
Nah,
maybe TMI.
you don't need to do that.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Okay.
We speak from experience here.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Unrestful.
Unrestful.
God, how many of these do I have? 1, 2. Okay, I have 2 more.
Yeah, that would be 13.
Yeah, this is the penultimate.
Oh.
Right. These last 2 are a little bit long,
Oh,
so
love it.
stick with me.
Are they spadicy?
They're a bit spadicy.
Ooh,
They're a bit spadicy.
I like a little spadice.
So, please kill your players more. Jumping straight to the point. From both a narrative focus and a mechanical focus, I think having a player character getting killed every few levels is ideal. While TPK is to be avoided unless the party is asking for it or being reckless, I think that it's about time that players start accepting that adventuring is a dangerous job.
Mhm.
Personally, from a narrative standpoint, I find stories like that have likable characters dying off in noble sacrifices to be well written. It's hard to take a villain seriously if they don't kill someone that the viewer doesn't care for. From a mechanical standpoint, I think it's just logical to let players die due to bad rolls from time to time. You're playing a game about rolling dice. You can't expect it to always land high. I've stopped rolling behind screens because of the expectation that screen equals fudged rolls. From a DM standpoint, I think players have tendencies to cling to their characters way too much. At the end of most sessions, we as DMs have a pile of dead monsters, disarmed traps, and ignored NPCs. Players won't pay attention to your world or take it seriously if it doesn't feel like danger and consequences truly exist. From a player standpoint, I like being on the edge of my seat. I enjoy the feeling of not knowing if this is the end or not.
knowing that one too many bad rolls can spell the end of me or a party member, that I can take my last breaths in the arm of a party member and give a rousing short speech and die a martyr. I enjoy the idea of coming next session with a brand new character that I'm eager to try out. While I enjoy that the narrative focus of that 5e offers, I feel as if we have gone too far in that direction sometimes, where players have become too accustomed to always expecting to succeed at the end of the day. Let your players die sometimes, be it their mistake or not. It's all a game at the end of the day, and you can't always win. I think this person is making a large statement to the masses, saying you need to do this, and then gives examples purely from their own personal viewpoint.
So, I do agree with a lot of it.
I also agree with a lot of it, but I do not agree with making a statement saying you should all do this, and you should all do this because of my experience and my experience alone. I think that is a very dangerous way to try and make a point. And at the end of the day, we can all only speak from our own experiences, right?
True.
But you are not giving the perspective of anyone else.
Yeah.
You're purely giving your own perspective.
Yeah. I mean, is that not what we all do, though?
Yeah, that's what we... Well, no, it's not, because...
Well, I think we try to not do that here.
Yeah.
And we try to, think about every point and every angle to shoot it from.
I think you have to consider the other side of the argument to be able to actually make an actual point.
I think...
And all these points, to me, are just from one viewpoint.
I think the one thing that this person is not considering is people really put their heart and soul into a character.
Of course.
Like their absolute fucking blood, sweat and tears. Like I sat on a voice chat with our friends last night, and somebody's thinking up a new character for their D&D campaign that they're starting. And we all sat there and we were shooting the shit and we were thinking of ideas. And by the end, we were all collectively like, oh, it's so amazing. Like, and she was like, I'm so excited. Like, thank you so much. And like, I can't wait. And then she went and spoke to a DM about the law and the gods. And
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a special moment for that person. It's
of course
like
it is.
A character that we all came up with. She's really excited and stuff like that. And then for this DM to just be like, oh, well, it's okay because your character's going to die in a few levels.
Yeah.
Like, I do not agree with a character should die every few levels.
Yeah.
But the one thing I really, 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 really do agree with here is, like, you're a fucking adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting shit that is only seen in fucking books.
Yeah.
You are going up against Fenrir, literal, like, the hungerer, the insatiable wolf. Like, there is a fucking chance you're going to die. Like, and I instill that into my players at session 0.
Yeah.
You have a chance of dying in this campaign.
But
I do not say you will die.
No, and you do not say it's permadeath.
No.
You say to everyone, you can die, but if you really don't want to lose your character, that's up to you.
Yeah, we'll find a way to bring it back.
And we'll find a way to bring it back.
And like,
it sounds like to me, this is permadeath. Them saying, I love being at the edge of my seat. I love dying a martyr.
I love being at the end of my seat.
I love coming back with a new character. Like, you're not considering the other half of this.
Exactly.
And you're saying people get way too attached to their characters. Yes, they do.
Fucking of course they do. What's the point? Like, the thing is, you don't have any stakes in it when you don't get attached to your character.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why people are so... But that's why, if my character dies, that's why it means so much to me.
Like,
because they mean a lot to me.
I feel like the OP is making the same point you just made there, saying, if you're not attached to your character, then you're not going to care. They're saying, if you don't kill characters, then they're not going to care. And I think that's the same argument, but made from a really weird perspective.
Yeah, I think the thing is, you're right. I agree with you 100%. But you read it, and I think you understood it perfectly straight away. Like, this person is, like, speaking from one point of view and one point of view alone.
Yeah. And I think, again, like, please kill your players more. Like, of course that's going to appeal to some people, but it's also not going to appeal to some people. And that's why they posted it in the hot takes. Obviously, I get it.
And I get it. But, like,
I get it.
I do genuinely agree with the statement that, like, a fear of death. I think you've been changed by this.
I have been changed by this, very much so, yeah.
The fact that you could potentially lose your character makes you play better.
Yeah, it does.
There's something on the line.
Yeah, I agree.
There's something, and I completely understand that a lot of people will not subscribe to that.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, you don't need that. Some people just want to coast through and have a good time.
Yeah, of course.
And chill. And some people are like, oh, this is too easy. I'm bored. Like, you need to find the balance that you like.
And again, I think from this perspective as well, they're saying, I love to die a martyr in my friend's arms as a noble sacrifice. And it's like, you're painting that from one scenario. Priestess, when she died, did she die in someone's arms in a noble sacrifice? No, she got hit by a root and killed and literally smashed into the ground. Do you know what I mean? Like, she had no control over how that happened. A lot of people have no control over how their characters die. What if your DM just accidentally crits you when you're really low and you outright burst into flames and die? There's no, you can't, to me, there's no both. There's no dying in a the sacrificial thing, of course, but dying as a martyr in a specific way, and then how the game actually goes. Because this argument is, this is how the game just goes. Your characters die. But then they're saying, but you die like this, which is not always the case.
Which is not always the case. It's obviously not.
Yeah. Oh, this has rustled my jimmies.
Yeah, it's
my jimmies are rustled.
Because I agree. Like, the thing that I do agree with is the threat. Like, the threat of death does, to me, make it far more exciting.
I agree now as well, and I didn't used to. I agree now, very much so.
Like, knowing that you could lose something that you love is the fucking reason I turn up to D&D.
Totally.
Like,
totally.
And, you know, it is a game, so I'm not going to get fucking sad that if it does my character does permanently die.
Yeah.
I'm the sort of person where it all depends on the journey.
Yes.
Like, if I'm at a point in the journey where I've done most of the things I want to do,
yeah,
I'm more than happy to leave my character done.
Yeah.
But, you know, if my character's got unfinished business, I am more than happy to, if the players want to, go on a quest to bring my character back.
Yeah.
Like, it's all dependent, and this person's just speaking from their point of view and no one else's.
Yeah.
But, you know, I agree with some things, but I think most of it is unrestful.
Yeah, I think most of it is absolutely unrestful, but I do agree with them. I really do.
I agree with portions of it.
Yeah, I genuinely, but another thing I disagree with, just to hack on it a little bit more.
Hit him, get him, show him.
It's hard to take a villain seriously if they don't kill someone that the viewer cares for. Wrong. I think that's not true.
Wrong.
Again, this is me giving my opinion. I don't think that's true at all. I think there's so many ways to build a villain that doesn't have to literally kill your character for you to not want to.
Yeah.
For you to take them seriously. Yeah. I feel like maybe this person's been like burnt a little bit in the past.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe this person has had like DMs that have maybe fudged things and not let them die and they wanted to die. Maybe that's just a lack of communication.
And I would understand how that would probably upset you.
Me too. But, yeah, absolutely. Me too. I completely agree.
Hit him with a bib.
Unrestful.
Yeah.
I'm decreeing it. That rustled my jimmies a little bit.
It has been decreed.
Rustled my jimmies just a tiny little bit. Okay, so this one's the last one.
This is the last one?
This is the last one. This is number 11.
13.
No, you're joking.
No.
It's number 13?
Number 13.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh my god, I've bamboozled myself.
Yes. I think I'm a judge that holds the hammer by the head.
Oh. I don't like that even in the slightest.
Yeah, but it's my hammer, so...
Fair, I thought you were going to say it's my hand.
And my hand.
It's also your hand.
It's my hand on my hand.
Fair enough. Go on, show me. Okay, all right. Watch that be a sensory nightmare for everyone. I'm so sorry if that's the case. I'm not going to go through and edit all those down.
Nah, we'll just...
No way.
We'll just not do it again if
no
it's really
way.
bad.
Yeah. Oh, we'll work out an alternative. So, number 13.
13.
Oh my god.
Not 11.
Okay. Hot take. It is not the DM's job to entertain the players.
Okay.
Everyone at the table has a social responsibility to ensure that the other members of the table are having fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's also important that the players recognize that the DM should have fun too. The DM is not an AI in a video game. They're purely for players' personal amusement. This seems obvious, and takes like this get posted occasionally, but I feel like not enough people understand what I mean by this. I, as a DM, have received complaints from players that I wasn't giving them the exact curated experience that they wanted, regardless of how many hours of extra work that would require for each session that I just don't have time for. You can say that this is just a bad player, but they aren't a bad player. They are actually a very good player at pretty much every other aspect of the game, but they fall under this paradigm.
Paradigm. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no. Paradigm.
Margaret, this.
Never. Paradigm.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I've never seen that word written down.
Paradigm.
Stop.
Paradigm.
Just stop. Oh my god. No. No. Add it to the church. Oh my god. Ow. Ow.
Oh my god, my fucking cheeks hurt. Paradigm. 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 When you said it out loud, we were like, that's not a word. That word doesn't exist.
Stop! It hurts. It hurts now.
That word doesn't exist in the English language.
It hurts now.
Paradigm.
I've never,
My mouth hurts so much.
I've never seen that word written down.
What, paradigm?
Yes. Oh,
Paradigm.
oh, okay.
Oh my god.
They fall under this paradigm
Paradigm.
that the DM is there to entertain them. And if they aren't having fun, it must be the DM's fault. It is not likely that they consciously think this with any form of malice. It's just a baked-in assumption about the game that runs as an undercurrent in a lot of D&D culture. All right, we're back.
Okay.
If you aren't having fun at the table, first ask yourself if you are the problem. If there is something that you can do to make the gun...
The gun?
the game!
The gun?
The game more fun for yourself.
Paradigm.
If so, try that first. If that doesn't work, then start looking elsewhere to see if maybe there's some other table dynamic that isn't working for you.
Mm-hmm.
The DM is not your boss, they aren't your employee, and you are not their customer. You are presumably friends trying to play a game together and have fun. The onus is not on the DM to make sure you have fun. That is the onus of everyone at the table together to make sure everyone is having fun. There's an important difference between those two paradigms.
Paradigms.
Edit.
Paradigms.
This is not an allowance for the DM to be a wangrod and expect their players to go along with their nonsense when it isn't fun. The DM has social responsibility to promote fun, just like the players. I'm saying their share of responsibility isn't greater than anyone else's.
100%.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. It's not up to the DM to make the fun. Like, for the majority of the game, the DM will probably be the one that talks the least.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you know,
I agree.
Like, it's true. Like, yes, the DM can bring fun, but so can all of the players.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the DM harbors the environment for the fun.
yeah.
Like the DM sets the scene.
Yeah.
And sets the scene for the entertainment.
Yeah.
And you could argue, I guess, that the DM is the person helming
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the fun.
Well, they're leading the session.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
They sort of, you know, they can set the tone, but, you know, like, when the DM stops speaking, everyone doesn't just go,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I
Like-
agree. I feel like from OP's perspective, there's been a situation here. Maybe
like the situation that
they even said,
what was this? What did this player say to them?
yeah. So they, sorry, this is when,
Paradigm.
yeah, I'm so sorry. So, I as a DM have received complaints from players that I wasn't giving them the exact curated experience that they wanted, regardless of how many hours of extra work that would require for each session that I just don't have time for.
It's just, come on, man. Like you, like the. I say it every single time. Your dungeon master isn't Matt Mercer.
No.
Isn't Brendan Lee Mulligan.
No.
Isn't anyone like that.
Mm-hmm.
They are a person with a job and a relationship who has to pay taxes, who has to take the car in for a service and an MOT.
Yeah.
They are literally exactly like you.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I bet you probably don't have time in your week to plan the session. Never mind plan the session and then do all of the curated bits that you want.
I honestly think, genuinely,
Give your DM a break.
I genuinely think that this is an example of expectations not being talked about.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna Gabby Hanna, manage your expectations.
Gabby Hanna on the Eldritch Podblast. Sponsored by Gabby Hanna.
Yeah, thanks, Gabby. Yeah, I think this is a perfect example of there may be like the session 0 not going over exactly what's being involved in terms of like backstory, in terms of story, and give your fucking DM a break.
100%.
Oh my god,
100%.
I can't imagine a world in which a player would go to a DM and be like, "You're not giving." Well, no, I can actually.
But that's the problem.
Yeah,
you can.
no, I
You
can.
You can probably see that exact scenario playing out.
You know
which
what?
is not good.
I can also see it playing out in a way that we speak about with someone not having fun in a certain way and going to the DM and saying, "Hello, like I was wondering, like I would like these things." I guess. You know what?
It depends. I think.
Yeah.
The thing is, we don't know the situation.
True.
It's like,
true,
is this DM actually a fantastic DM who is putting in loads of effort and brings like amazing stuff every single week?
Yeah.
And if they are, and this person's like, well, you haven't done this yet, and you haven't done, then I'd be like,
very much
shut
so.
the fuck up.
Agreed.
But if it's a DM who doesn't really put in any fucking effort and just sort of like turns up, and you can DM like that if that's the way you want, but you need to set your expectations with your players like that. It's like, I don't plan.
Yeah.
We just wing it every session. And like, if they're okay with that, fine.
Yeah.
But you know, if you've said like, I plan all the time, expect like this adventure, and then you turn up and it's not that, then
and also, you know, if you say like we're going to do backstory stuff, and
then you don't,
I think again, I feel like communication is just the main thing with this, and I completely expectation definitely, and I agree. The DM isn't there to solely entertain you.
No, absolutely
that's
not.
part of it, of course it is, but again, the DM is there to lead you, and the entertainment comes from everyone playing together. I think everyone, and you know, like they talk about social contracts. Some people do not understand the idea of a social contract. I completely understand that, but you know, it's things like if your DM gives you a hook, like go along with it. Like it involve the DM in what you do as well. Like
I 100% subscribe to the idea that the dungeon master is there to have fun as well.
Oh, totally.
Like, and you know, the dungeon master is also a player who needs to have fun, who needs to be enjoying it. Otherwise, imagine putting in all of that effort and all of that work and not enjoying it.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, why would you do it?
Agreed.
Because that's basically then just work.
Yeah,
it's just work.
Yeah.
So your dungeon master has to fucking enjoy themselves as well.
Of course they do.
Has to. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it.
And I think that's true. If you're not having fun, look introspectively and think about it. You know, it could just be a case that you're not playing at the right table with the right DM.
Agreed.
That could be it as well.
That could also be it.
Yeah. So I think, restful.
I would say restful.
Yeah, restful. I feel like a lot of these have been restful.
These have actually been quite restful.
Yeah, these have been quite restful.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Apart from the one about the tieflings.
Oh, God, pestilent.
Mightily unrestful.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Disgusting.
That's absolute pestilent vibes.
That was the worst one.
That is like swamp level of pestilent.
Swamp.
Yeah, totally.
Swamp ass looking.
Swamp ass looking bitch.
Swamp ass looking ass bitch.
Paradigm. What did I?
Paradigm.
Paradigm. What the fuck, Margaret?
Paradigm.
That's it. That's your fill.
That's your fill.
That's all you get.
I decree. Fulfilled.
Filled. It's over. You're gone.
You're gone. You're finished. I decree. Full up.
I degree.
Degree?
I decree.
I decree paradigm.
I decree finished.
Finished.
You're finished.
You're finished.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed.
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Some fun hot takes.
Hot takes.
Maybe not
opinions.
necessarily so hot.
Maybe
actually.
not that hot.
Yeah, lukewarm.
I would say some of them were hot.
Some of them were
Yeah.
were the surface of the sun.
Yeah.
Some of them were like a nice paddling pool.
Yeah, just like a warmed up meal.
Yeah. Like You know, microwave meals,
Yeah.
when you put them in the microwave and then they haven't thawed completely in the middle, but they're not frozen
It's
anymore.
like hot on the outside, but when you get to the center, it's actually quite cool.
Yes. Like that. Anyway,
Anyway.
get out of here.
Okay, so if you like the video, make sure to click the thumbs up button down below. If you click the bell, you'll be notified on a Monday and a Thursday when we upload a new video. Please comment with some of your unpopular opinions.
Bonk.
And all of the other things throughout the episode that we asked you to comment on. We love you very much to everyone who comments. Subscribe if you haven't. I know most of you have. I can see from the analytics. But the people who haven't, what the fuck?
Bonk. Jack. That's so loud. If you're in a watch party, thank you so much. We've had so many new people join the watch
Yes, we
parties. And someone was like, oh, you weren't joking about the crab rave thing.
No.
Nope.
We weren't.
We crab rave.
We crab rave
after every single watch party. So you better get ready to crab rave with us.
It's the walking out of the auditorium.
Yeah. It's like the lights have turned on.
The lights have turned on.
The janitors
crab rave
are sweeping
comes
up
on.
the confetti.
Everyone's doing the crab rave.
Yeah.
And
It's a
then-
nice time.
then we leave.
It's a nice time.
Um,
Big up our watch party.
If you can, please buy a t-shirt from www.eldritchpodblast.co.uk. If you don't want to pick anything up from there, check out our Etsy store, Hellbound Dice, which will also be linked below for any mugs, cards, gifts, tokens that you want to buy for your party or your Dungeon Master. Join the Discord.
Anything else?
And I love you.
Oh, I love you.
Bully loves you.
Yep.
We've been the Eldritch Podblast. And we'll see you on Thursday.
Bye.